Hello! Welcome back for another stream of Gabriel Knight, The Beast Within. So what we're playing... I'll turn that down a little bit more. Yeah, so last time what did we do? We managed to get Grace to Schloss Ritter, the family home of Gabriel Knight. Or Gabriel Knight's ancestors, at least. Now that he's fully embraced his position as the Schattenjäger, just to say some sort of shadow hunter type thing. That's how that works. This is the game. This is where we are. Let's restore our game. And hope that we've not messed up. We haven't. The last time we were here, this is what we were at. We were at Grace looking in the library. So let's find out what she's up to.
Books on the occult.
Books on the occult.
Here we go. Vampires, witchcraft,
werewolves,
ghosts, Asian spirits.
Das Nest, whatever that is.
Lycanthropes.
There we go. That's the book we want. Book on lycanthropes. Not misanthropes. Just lycanthropes. We're going to learn about werewolves now. I think. Oh, and there's a letter inside it. What's the letter say?
How did you get in here?
Oh! How did you get in here? I locked the door behind me.
Oh, hi.
Thought I had the only key. I found a way in.
How did you unlock the door?
Magic. With the key, of course. That I stole from your room. I found the secret passage, yeah. The music's a bit melodramatic. Just a little melodramatic, to be honest.
Look, let's just drop all the pretense, okay?
Feels like some kind
Obviously,
of
I found the passageway.
mid-90s soap opera music.
Alpinian love nest, and really, I couldn't care less.
See, here she is.
If you want to screw around with your employer, that's none of my business.
She's immediately doing this
What I
thing.
won't put up with is assisting the Schattenjäger crap. I gave up school to work on this stuff because
I gave up school to work on this stuff.
I'm doing the research that Gabriel wanted, and so help me, I'm going to be doing more than just research this time around. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for him to call.
She's very
and give me
angry
permission.
right now.
And if you don't like it, it's just too damn bad.
Okay.
Okay, fine. You do the damn research.
Yeah, I don't know what her I'm sure she's got the wrong end of the stick here. Damn it, what? Is that not the outcome you wanted? By screaming at somebody? I don't understand. What else is there in here? Is that it? Are we just looking at the books?
There's nothing else on werewolves in the occult section.
Is that all it is? What else do we have? Anything else of interest? In the old book pile? Phone hole. No, it's not E.T. Just pointing around at the shelves, like, ooh, ooh, what have I found here? Is she magnetically drawn to that book with her fingers? Like, that's the one! I just realised that you can't actually see what my hand's doing.
The Journal of Victor Ritter.
The Journal of Victor Ritter. Sounds good. Let's read it. I mean, she's going to anyway, right? Is there anything else on these shelves? Like,
I'm not sure what other case books would be relevant.
Okay, what about this shelf?
Biographies. Looks like they're mostly about Germans.
Biographies about Germans.
There's nothing else on werewolves in the occult section.
Okay.
I'm not sure what other case books would be relevant.
There's nothing else there either, apparently. Is that it? Okay, so what do we have in our inventory right now that we can look at? We had... That's a letter. Victor Ritter's journal. Oh my word.
Numerous deaths
We
at
could
the
listen.
hands of a marauding wolf being recorded in
Thank
Mason
goodness I couldn't have read
County.
that.
I set out to see if I could determine the cause. There had been rumors of a werewolf, and the dark signs did indeed seem to be present.
A werewolf.
The deaths had all occurred
Where?
within a 40-kilometer range of woods, and at the heart was the village of Alfing. My assistant and I set a trap a short distance from the village.
They set a
Though
werewolf
the beast
trap.
had shown a propensity for human flesh, livestock had also been taken.
Well, yeah, it'll take what it can get, right? That's that page. Now we have to click on this page to hear
It
it.
was a mewling lamb we loosed in the thicket as a lure.
A mewling lamb.
We waited downwind. For 2 nights the lamb bleated to no purpose, and once we had to fend off a hungry fox. But at last the beast himself took the bait. I might
The
have
werewolf
missed him.
arrived.
The night was so dark, and the wolf himself was black. But my assistant saw the light of his eyes,
We're here.
and I heard the lamb's cries turn fearful. He had the poor dumb lamb by the throat when we sprang.
Was he a werewolf, or was it just like a regular wolf? Got another 2 pages of this.
He was swift and might have escaped, but his fatal
might have
mistake
escaped.
was to attack rather than run. My
Oops.
dagger struck through his chest and into his right lung.
And did
As
that
I
help?
had agreed, we bound the wolf
What kind of dagger
and
was
tied
it?
shut its jaws. We brought it home to Rittersburg, still breathing, and turned it over to the magistrate.
Okay.
I pray
Well,
for the man's
see, this is this thing
unfortunate soul. May the law be
that they
swift
seem to
and
be doing with
merciful.
werewolves. They're putting them on trial. I
God be
charge you
praised
with
for aiding
being
his
a werewolf.
servant. From his hand came the strength
got any
and
proof?
wisdom to end the killing. Victor Ritter, Schattenjäger, 20 April 1750.
So there we've got a story about a werewolf from 1750. Oh. Hello. How are you?
I'm not sure
I'm
what
afraid I
other
don't speak German,
casebooks
so
would be
I can't
relevant.
totally understand what that. But I assume hello. And that you're from Germany. What else are we looking at in here? Welcome. What else have we got in here? A letter to Ludwig II. Let's have a wee read of that. No, maybe we can't. Maybe we can. Hello. Is that it? Just, here we go.
4th
Let's
of
have a
March,
listen.
1864. To King Ludwig II, most gracious ruler of all Bavaria. I beg your forgiveness for my forthrightness in this letter, but I fear
very
terribly
forthright.
for your Majesty's safety, and thus have no time for subtlety. I have heard that the one they call the Black Wolf
The Black
is close
Wolf.
to your Highness.
Close to your
I have been
Highness.
investigating this man for reasons I cannot name at present, and I have learned that he is extremely dangerous and can only have the most
So are
dire
werewolves
of
real?
motives
Apparently
at
in
heart
this
anything he
world they
pursues.
are. They are.
I beg your Highness only this. Please do not
Yeah.
leave this man alone, nor
Yeah,
even with
I
your
was wondering
servants
because
whom to
obviously
guard you.
there's a lot of that
I
setting
promise
in
you,
kind of
all
Germany
will be
with
made
the
clear very shortly when my investigation is complete.
what are they, like shadow
Now,
hunters or
all
whatever, the
keep yourself
Schattenjäger.
safe. Your most grateful servant, Christian von Ritter, Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Bavaria.
I take it it's not very it's kind of strange the way it kind of deals with the world, I guess. No, it's a funny little sort of it's a funny sort of story, isn't it? Definitely. And let's read this book about werewolves. Lycanthropes, lore and law. The ways of the... I don't think I need to click that. Do I have to...
Chapter 3. Lycanthropy.
She doesn't
The
say anything
ways of the
newer than
wolf.
what I expected. Yeah, it seems to try and play on... I mean, I guess there are a lot of these legends
Cases.
in Germany of that sort of era, aren't there?
Lycanthropic disorder cases and genuine
It's interesting.
werewolf cases. Lycanthropic disorder. Lycanthropic disorder is a mental condition in which the subject...
I'm not sure, I feel like
called a
this is probably the
lycanthrope
best game in the series of the
believes
Gabriel
that
Knight games.
he
The
or
first game's
she
good,
is a
but...
werewolf. The subject does not actually change shape, but is nevertheless capable of being as dangerous as an actual werewolf. Most cases of supposed werewolfery are really the work of lycanthropic
disorder.
victims, man to beast. In real werewolves, a physical change to wolf form does occur.
The way they talk about real
The
werewolves...
change
Are
can
there
be
real
voluntary,
werewolves?
at will, or can be
Maybe
forced
we'll never know.
by certain cycles of the moon and certain sounds, such as howling.
Yeah. Wait, it can be forced to change by
Werewolves
someone
and
by howling?
immortality.
That'd be a bit rubbish, wouldn't it? You're at the
Werewolves are
zoo or
immune
something
from
and a
aging
wolf
and
howls
from
and
most
you'd start
physical
turning into a
diseases
werewolf.
due to the constant regeneration of their
Is
physical
it?
tissue.
Ah,
They
right.
can therefore be virtually immortal. However,
That
they can't be killed by any
oh
wound
god,
that
yeah,
destroys the heart
that
or
would
the
be
brain,
really
or any
annoying.
form of death that causes brain or heart
It's
damage,
like, wait, he doesn't
such
understand
as
them, but he's
hanging
speaking the
or
same
other
language.
oxygen deprivation
What's
methods. The mind
yeah?
of a werewolf.
There was a
Though
bit in
primarily a true wolf while in wolf form,
was it
there is
Infernal
strong proof
Affairs
that
or
the
something?
werewolf
One
retains
of
enough
the
knowledge to assist his killing,
films that film The
recognition of
Departed's
symptoms,
based on,
evasion of
where one
traps,
group of people
and
are speaking
human
Mandarin
cunning
and
have
one
all
group are
been
speaking
seen in
Cantonese or
werewolf
something,
cases.
and they can't understand each other. But obviously, when you're watching it as someone who doesn't understand either of those languages, that's a very similar sort of thing. You know, they sound like they're just talking to me. What's the? But yeah, that would be really strange, wouldn't it? You know, the kind of
Becoming a werewolf. There are several ways to
they sound like
become
they're
a
speaking the
werewolf.
same language to
They
me.
include being given the power of shape-shifting through sorcery, being cursed by someone whom you have
You think it
wronged
would make
in
kind
some
of more
way,
sense in that
called
case
the
to
Lyconia curse,
have him
being
maybe
bitten by a werewolf,
speaking English with
and being
subtitles or whatever,
born
you know,
to a werewolf.
with German
In
subtitles.
each case, the blood of the subject becomes tainted or cursed. Damnation. A person who becomes a werewolf against his will, birth, curse, or bite, is not completely damned
That
until
happens
he
quite a bit,
tastes
doesn't
of
it,
human
in
blood.
sort of things.
Once he does, his soul is eternally
When
damned,
dubbing
and
kind of
nothing
just
may
messes
redeem
up the
him.
whole point of the
Even without tasting of human blood, however,
kind
as
of
long as
clash.
the taint lays upon the immortal soul, it cannot enter into heaven and will remain chained to the mortal plane upon death.
Okay. Any more? Oh, there's more.
Werewolf packs.
I forgot to read
Like
this whole
real
book.
wolves, werewolves can live alone for many years, yet the instinct for a pack often leads them away from their secretive lifestyles into revealing their nature to a priest or close associate, or converting another to werewolfery for companionship. This is
Right,
when
okay,
the
yeah, that
otherwise
makes
cagey
sense.
werewolf opens himself to detection. Werewolf packs cause immense destruction. A pack consists
I mean,
of
one
werewolf
werewolf
who became
causes
a werewolf through
a lot of destruction
sorcery,
anyway, right?
birth, or curse. In other words, his is the original tainted blood. This werewolf is called the alpha werewolf. The remaining
Just
werewolves
playing on the
in
whole
the
idea
pack
of
are called beta
wolf
werewolves
packs in
because
general,
they
isn't it?
became werewolves through the bite of the alpha and carry the alpha's tainted blood.
Yeah, you'd think they would have done something to make
Alpha
that
and
work
beta
a bit better,
werewolves.
wouldn't you?
The relationship between alpha and beta werewolves is a complex one. Once a subject is bitten by a werewolf, his or her life and death are doomed to the
You're
werewolf
doomed.
curse. The
Doomed.
victim does, however, have some hope. As long as
I'm so
they
confused about them
themselves do not taste of human blood,
putting the werewolves
the
up
curse
for
is
trial.
reversible. If the alpha werewolf is killed through some action of the beta's curse is over.
Yes.
It is important to note
Very
that whether the
traditional
beta
sort of
werewolf was bitten by the alpha werewolf himself
kill the
or
alpha
by another beta, it is
werewolf,
the alpha who must
cure
be
the
destroyed,
cursed
the source
people,
of the original tainted blood.
possibly.
It is also an interesting note that since betas and alphas share the same common blood, an alpha cannot physically harm a beta
I'm
of
talking
his
about
own
werewolves
bloodline
here, so.
by his own hand without inflicting the same injury upon himself.
So it's like that episode of
However,
Red Dwarf,
if a beta is harmed or
where
killed by
they
another,
they
it does
attack
not
the thing
affect
and
the alpha.
they hurt themselves. Okay, doesn't affect the alpha. How many more pages of this book are there?
Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunting for a werewolf, it is important to remember that your biggest clues will come through your suspects' personalities. Becoming a werewolf is
It's not transparent what you change
no matter
into, like,
how the victim tries to hide
you
it.
start craving raw
Tainted
meat and
subhuman blood greatly alters the subject's
scratching behind your
mind
ear and stuff like that.
personality, even physical appearance. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects that include increasing violence, increasing aggression,
Yeah.
unprovoked rages, insomnia,
Okay.
restlessness, and other bizarre behavior. Unfortunately, over time,
What if that
these
person already
symptoms
behaved
can
like
be brought
that?
under control, so do not rely upon them exclusively.
Oh, he used to not go to sleep till 2 in the morning, but now he's going to sleep at 2:30, so maybe he's a werewolf.
A good example of this comes from a case reported by the ancient priesthood society Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking
Hands of the
officer
Sun.
in the army. The society became
Hands of
aware
the
of the
Sun?
man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with a man's capture.
So they captured him.
Manos del Sol. Men of the Sun?
Is it Men of the
I wonder if
Sun?
they're like
I had a bit-
Schottenjägers, only Brazilian.
Yeah. Brazilian. So the Schattenjäger deals with things globally? Is that everything that's to be found in this library? I feel like we might be... Oh. We've gone back to look at this again.
Journal is here.
Yeah. What, have we found another journal? Here she goes with this magnetic attraction to books again. This one.
Christian Ritter, born 10
Ah.
January 1820.
Another Ritter.
Ordained a Schottenjäger, died 4 March 1864. The 4th of March. That's the date
4th
of
of
the
March.
letter.
Okay, that's the date of the letter, whatever letter that was. So can we look at this book now? Christian Ritter's journal. Oh my word. Must put...
3 January.
It's just as well she can read it out for us.
I am now in Prussia. The beast
Because
that
I
brought
can't
me
read
here
that.
has so far bested me. He is secretive and skillful.
If these
He has
guys
much
are
self-control, unlike what I'd been led to
like
expect.
German...
He seems to know
people,
almost
right? If
before I
these
do
are...
where and when I will be stalking him.
I mean, I understand it
He
is,
turns up
it
his
is
nose at my lures.
a
3
film,
more
a game made
disappearances have
in the
occurred, and I'm
US,
no
but
closer to learning his
these
identity
guys
nor
from,
finding
like,
his lair. I can't even
18th
prove
and
he
19th
took them.
century Germany
Not a
all write
single
everything
corpse
in
has been
English.
found.
A single corpse, not a single corpse has been found.
March 3rd, 1864. I've had a break at last. The key was in front of me all the time. The
Mind you,
Black
then you'd be
Wolf,
spending,
he so
like,
daringly calls himself for all to hear
an
and
hour
none
with her
to
having to
truly
translate
see.
it.
It is worse than I could ever have suspected. He is not just a beast, but a monster. His jaws are already around some of the best throats in Europe. I return to Ritter's book tonight. I must warn those in danger and get someone to assist me. I am in over my head.
It's in over his head. Well, most people probably are with regard to werewolves, right? I mean, right, so what have we done? We've read all that. What's this? We can exit this way. Doesn't look like an exit. Oh, hit the typewriter. What are we doing? Oh, what's that? Manuscripts of some kind. Oh, his failed writing.
Work night.
His failed writing, obviously. And what's this?
I suppose in the next Blake backlash
Voodoo
book,
Murders.
good old Fujitsu will be replaced
From the
by
first.
Hildegard.
So she's very aggressive about this dislike for Gerda or whatever her name is. She really doesn't like her at all, does she?
I'm not quite ready to write the big hero yet.
All right, she's not writing a letter to him yet. Maybe we could call this guy. He seems to be. I mean, I presume there's a reason that we've got his business card. I guess we got to phone him and speak to him about what we found out. He's asleep. He didn't even pay attention to what time of day it was.
Hello?
Professor
Hello?
Barker,
Yeah, I was sleeping.
this is
Bugger
Grace
off.
Nakamura. I'm calling from
Leave me
Germany.
alone.
Germany? I thought you were in New Orleans.
I
not anymore.
was, but anyway, it's rather important.
My
I wouldn't
headphones
have
keep
bothered
disappearing.
you. Do you know anything about
Yeah.
King Ludwig
Is it
II
pretty
of
much?
Bavaria?
I mean, I guess they must have filmed it. They
That's
must
a
have
hell of a
filmed
thing
the
to
kind
ask a
of
man in the middle of the night.
video stuff in real place in
Late 1800s, right?
in a proper place at least.
Yes.
Because obviously being set around
This isn't
Munich.
really my field, but I think he was crazy or something.
I wish I knew. Do you know anything
Crazy to think it
about
hasn't
Nazi
changed in
German
all that
history?
time though. Really, I suppose it's the same
I have a friend at the University of Berlin. I'll ring him.
in a lot of kind of
What's your
historic
number?
towns. I guess nothing really changes that much,
555-7878.
which is good.
Okay, I'll call you back if I remember this conversation in the morning.
He'll call him back if he remembers the
Great.
conversation in
Sorry
the morning.
again. Thanks.
I
bye.
thought it was some kind of fever dream. I was being called. Yeah, so I guess there'll be different. So can I call him yet?
I'm not quite ready to write the big hero yet.
So we can't write a letter to him yet on our typewriter. Yeah, I guess at least some shops close and some shops open, but the buildings don't really change. Oh. It does get it's got some very melodramatic music. Right, so maybe we can speak to some people in town if we've got a better idea about when this werewolf thing happened. Because I think they were saying about getting the records if I could find a time or a year or whatever. Struggling to put her jacket on. Right, tie the belt. And I guess... No, we don't need to get in the car because we don't have the keys. What we need to do is go into town, right? It looks like some of these scenes, you know, they shoot the video. There used to be a TV show years ago called Nightmare in the UK, where there was like these people inside like a video sort of thing, and the guy had to wear a helmet. A group of people had to tell him where to walk. It kind of reminds me of that, some of the kind of images and stuff. Right, so maybe I can get the records now that I know... Maybe I can get the records now that I know when it happened. Possibly. Oh. Silly me, I thought you click on the door and it would do what I wanted it to do.
It's locked.
That's not the right door though, is it? It was supposed to be the... Oh yeah, it's this door the guy answers, I think. Oh, sorry, I got to click on the door again. She didn't even touch the door. I mean, I think probably what they did, to be honest, I'm talking about the video, but clearly they're just on a still background. So all they've done is they've taken pictures, haven't they, places in Germany,
excellent. Let me go
and laid them down as a background. Because you can see that she's not really standing there. I guess it would have been a lot harder to make a game with full live action video.
When I was a boy, but I always thought it was just a scary tale.
They're just standing in front of a painting.
Look in the archives. It was there, all right. What did you want to know?
I've got... why did they bring the werewolf to Rittersberg?
Bring the wolf to Rittersberg. I know the Schattenjager lived here, but why didn't he just...
Kill it where he found
Why didn't he just kill it where it stood?
I don't know.
It's every werewolf deserves a fair trial. That's
yes.
what they're thinking.
They
You know.
wanted to know what man it was, who it was.
They brought it here so it would change back?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Obviously. And then they could charge him with the crimes. And what happened to the werewolf?
What happened to the alleged werewolf?
He turned back. Or he stayed a wolf forever.
He was
until he died.
Interrogated for 2 days. He confessed his guilt. The
Did
trial
he?
took place on the 3rd day, and he was sentenced to death by watering at the stake.
By watering at the stake, did he say?
Final meal. He asked to see a confessor, and this was granted.
A confessor.
He died at dawn the following day.
They pulled off his limbs and burned him?
Yeah.
Don't think harshly of us, miss. That was a long
You know,
time
lots of
ago.
places did that kind of stuff, didn't they? I mean, this is quartering and at the stake. Quartering at the stake, sorry. Watering at the stake. You got a wee watering can out.
It's a dungeon. There's a dungeon in the rat house basement. They
Is
don't
there?
use it anymore, of course. Haven't for many years.
Can we maybe have a look at it? Maybe 300 years later we can find out something useful. It's 200 years. So did he change back?
Change back?
He answered questions and gave an answer as to whether he was guilty or not.
They
So
put the wolf in a cell. and
unless
some
the
found
wolf
a
was
man
talking.
there. A laborer from out of town identified him as Baron von Raleigh from
Okay.
Alping.
Right, okay, so he was someone from out of town. So they weren't too concerned. Why did they want to find out who he was? Well, so that they
Why
could
did they want to find out who the werewolf was?
Yes,
give money to the families of the people who died, or
it says here that a group of villagers were sent to the werewolf's hometown once they learned its human identity.
Why?
Right. To
There
find
were
any
more
more.
of them there?
Yeah, it was a whole town full of
In those
werewolves.
days, the family of the identified werewolf would be in great danger. Many believed such curses were handed
Family.
down through the bloodline.
Right. So they would have...
Was there anything else?
I suppose not.
I think there's nothing else right now, but...
Unless... Is there any way I could see the dungeon?
Yeah. Can I see the
Be my
dungeon?
pleasure.
Take me down to your dungeon, please. I don't recommend asking anyone that in reality, you know, don't go up to people and ask if you can see their dungeon. Just you and them alone going down to their dungeon. It's a very unremarkable room.
Everything's been kept the way it was when the dungeon was in use. We show it off to tourists sometimes.
What's this? She doesn't believe in werewolves, but she's got like psychic powers.
I'm fine. It's just that this place is so claustrophobic.
She's denying that she's having some kind of vision.
This place is locked to keep out the village children. I'll leave it open. You can come and go as you please.
Would you?
I can come in whenever I want.
Thank you so much.
Just pop in, you know.
Most welcome. Goodbye.
Spend some time in the dungeon whenever you like.
Bye.
At least there's not anything hanging on the wall or anything, you know. Is there anything we actually want to see while we're in here? We can look outside. We could be out there just now, you know. Not in this dungeon that's apparently really claustrophobic. Is that a church? This music.
He asked to see a confessor.
Yeah, would have been presumably at the church. Oh, it's gone very tense now all of a sudden, the music. What else is here? A little bed. There's a wee lump on that, is there? Are we going to find something that's been left there since the 19th century? It's a very suspenseful music
Slept here.
for a moment where nothing happens. So it's a bed. I mean, do we need to come back and see the dungeon again if we now know it's just a bed and a window? Nice of them to give him a window, I suppose. There's not really anything else we can do in there, though, is there? Let's go speak to this guy. In the inn. Who's that guy there?
I don't want to disturb him.
Doesn't want to disturb him. He's probably disturbed enough. I would imagine.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe that actor dressed like that all the time, maybe?
Anything about King Ludwig II?
Of course.
Is that a common thing for people to wear in, like, villages?
He was the last true
Just
king
every day?
Bavaria had. Why do you think I hang his portrait? Or that article on the wall? Do you know what that is? That is from the Munich newspaper the day after the king died. My great-grandfather saved it. It has been handed down to every first son.
They've handed down a newspaper clipping.
That is what Bavarians think of Ludwig.
Popular person, then. Oh, there's still apparently more questions I can ask, because normally the thing disappears.
Ludwig like? Why is he so revered?
Oh, he was a genius. He had a great mind, you know. He built castles, is what he did.
Okay.
And kept on building them until they killed him.
Who killed
What, the castles?
Them, those politicians.
Stop building castles, for God's sake!
Got a doctor to
I haven't got enough money for you to keep building bloody castles. Stop it!
Then what happened?
What do you think? They killed him. Oh,
For building
said it was
castles?
suicide. But me, I don't believe that. It was murder.
They killed him for
Thanks.
building castles.
Bitte.
Is that it? Right. What else can we do? Well, we need to see if we can find a way to get into the church, don't we? Maybe we can speak to somebody here. Maybe we could speak to the mayor guy again, or whatever he is.
Hello again.
Hello.
Did you need something else?
Yeah, maybe. Can I
had a thought
find
while I
out
was in the dungeon.
what the confessor did?
Yes.
You mentioned that Baron von Rawlik was allowed to give a last confession.
Yeah.
I suppose the priest was from St. George's?
I suppose it was.
Would there
They
be
got
a
one in.
record
They
of
flew
the
one in
last
specially
confession?
from
It might
somewhere
tell us
else.
more about the Baron's life.
Good idea, young lady.
Yeah. Will they tell us much
Those
though?
records are in German,
If he's not
though,
from
and
here.
Father Getz doesn't speak English.
Oh.
Do you think this would really
The priest
help
will have
your
no idea what we're
shopping?
asking for.
I'm not
Or-
sure. It couldn't hurt.
Minister? I don't know what kind of
All
church
right.
it is.
I'll write you a note. You give it to Father Getz, and he'll see
could write
if they
anything
have a
in this
record
note.
of the confession. If they do, you bring it back.
These are nice people. I'm sure
I'll
they're
help
okay.
you translate it. Okay?
That would be wonderful.
Although they did come to his castle at the beginning of the
Thank
game
you
with
so
torches,
much.
but not like flaming torches.
You got my curiosity up too, you know.
Oh, he's very curious about what's going on as well. So he'll want me to tell him. So yeah, across here, there's the church. Is there a particular door? Well, that's quite a nice door. Who's that? Is that the guy? That'll be the
Hallo?
priest, or
Haben Sie hatte Kirche
uh,
Papiere von 1750?
Wie bitte?
Papiere, Geschichte von 1750.
I don't know.
Gosh, how do you say that?
You're in a better position than I am right now.
English.
Nein, leider, ich spreche nicht Englisch.
He already told you that he doesn't.
Danke.
Bitte schön.
Is that it? Or are you just gonna leave? I have to give him the letter, obviously. Who's that? If I show him the letter, he'll understand what we're doing, though, right?
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Ja.
Here, look, I've got this bit of paper.
Ein Moment, bitte.
No. That's fair. That's fair.
Das ist für Sie.
She's very aggressive in this game, but... No. Yeah. She's one of those people that...
I don't want to disturb her.
One of those people that thinks she knows what she's saying, but actually has no idea, maybe. It's the trouble with learning something just from a book, isn't it? You know, like a language from a book. It's not quite as easy as that. Did he give me anything? A church file. I'm gonna guess that I won't be able to read any of this.
Father Getz gave me this file, but I'll need help translating it.
Okay, so she's not gonna look at it. Yeah, I mean, if she's having difficulty speaking to him, she'll definitely have difficulty reading old documents. So I guess I can bring these to him, because she's not going to want the help of the woman at the castle, because she insulted her just a little while ago.
Hello again. Did you need something else?
Yeah, I've got this thing of files from the church that you said you'd translate for me.
I have the church file.
He's forgotten already.
Excellent. Let me see it.
He can't remember.
What's this?
Looks like some letters.
This is in English.
Oh.
It's from a lawyer in Buenos Aires. It's addressed to St. Georg's Church. The date is 1764.
What's it say?
Why?
It's a request for information about the death of Baron Klaus
The
von
werewolf.
Rawlik. It says it's
A supposed werewolf, anyway.
I assume someone answered it.
Was he a werewolf? Or was it just a guy they didn't like very much?
Curious?
What?
The seal on the envelope.
A wolf?
Ooh. Someone tells me they were some kind of, oh, this is to do with that,
The last confession.
Manos del Sol, was it?
The Raleigh family took
They're all
the
werewolves.
symbol of a black wolf to represent their great skill at the hunt.
Yeah.
Let me see.
She looks stunned.
Klaus von Raleigh
It's like,
said
hunting?
that he lived up to the family symbol.
She's from America.
too well. His friends nicknamed him the Black Wolf, but he confessed it was more because he was prideful and treated his
So he wasn't a
villagers
werewolf.
and women very badly. He was much feared.
They just called him that?
The Baron confesses that a life of sin brought the werewolf curse upon him.
Right. A life of sin.
Listen to this. A gypsy camp, Hungarian.
Of course.
came
Always,
to
it's always something like
Alvin
that, right?
one day.
It's always
He
something like that.
wanted one of their young women. He had her brought to his castle by force, and there he
Raped her?
Probably.
raped
Yeah.
her, yes.
Unfortunately.
He intended to release her, but before he did, the girl killed herself.
No
The
one's
next
suggesting
day,
he's a
an old gypsy woman from the camp
good person in any way.
cursed him, saying that he was to become the shape that his name and his
Yeah,
crimes
that
chose
seems
his
to be
heart
pretty a pretty common thing in the whole werewolf legend, isn't it? You know,
Afterwards, her curse
cursed
came
by
about.
traveling people.
Klaus von Raleigh began to change, to run at night as wolf, to kill and eat
Yeah,
human
that's
flesh.
how a werewolf works.
He begs forgiveness from God and from his wife and son. He
I ain't getting it.
says he welcomes his punishment, if only it will pay for his sins and save his family from further pain. That is all that is written.
Just depends whether the people decide to curse the
Wow.
family as well, right?
Thank you.
It's very helpful.
Returns this to Father.
Yeah, you won't need it. 'Cause
Thank you.
well, what about the letter that's
Good
in
luck to
English?
you,
We
young
could,
lady.
we could make use of that, right?
And to your Schottenjäger.
So now we can send a letter to Gabriel telling him all we found out about the supposed werewolf. I do think it's funny watching them walk, you know? When you can see that nothing in the background does anything at all. It's just straight back. No delays. Can we talk to her? Maybe apologise. Can we say sorry to her for screaming at her? That'd be
Yes.
nice. Car keys, please.
Well, thanks.
Alright.
I'll speak to her about the car keys later. I don't need them right this minute. It's just a really uncomfortable conversation between them every time they speak now. Well, I'm going to... I don't know. I don't think we needed that close up there, did we? Right, okay, into the library, send Gabriel a letter, and then we'll probably have to get the car keys and go somewhere. But I need to send him a letter. And maybe she'll give me the address that he's at as well. Up till now, she refused.
All right, Knight, I've got your research.
Here we go. Now we'll have to sit for like 10 minutes while she goes... Because she can't instead do like an internal monologue of her writing the letter. Which would at least mean something was happening. Doesn't make for a very exciting moment. At least she didn't do it for 10 minutes. I mean, that's fair. This is going to be one hell of a heavy parcel. Yeah, I had some problems as well there for a moment. My my stream actually disconnected, so it may have been on my end. As soon as I realised, I kind of stopped it. Thank you very much for the follow. Eventually, might show up on the screen eventually. What's going on? Yeah, I had some connection problems as well, to be fair, so it may have been on my end too. Right. Anyway, now that I've connected again. Hopefully everything will be okay. So we need to know where, anyway, what we need to know is where Gabriel is. What's his address?
Gerda?
Thank you very much.
Yes?
Yes. What, not the car? No, about the letter. Oh, wait a minute. Let's ask her about the car keys first.
Do you have the keys to the car outside?
That is Gabriel's car. He doesn't even let me drive it.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
What is it, like a little Volkswagen Jetta or something outside?
Well, thanks.
All right.
Well, thanks. I'll just be on my way then. Right, so I've got to like show her the letter or something, maybe?
I found the items that Gabriel wanted.
Yay.
Can I tell you where to send your research?
I'll tell you where to send your
Exployer's
research.
office in Munich.
You can send your research.
Can I
I'll
get
tell
the
you where to
address?
send your research. I don't think you'll like it.
Harald Übergrau, Marienplatz 21, München.
This is to the lawyer.
Thanks.
She's still very angry. She's very angry with her, isn't she? I don't know. I don't know if. I really don't know. Anyway, we need to find somewhere where we can post this letter. There's this kind of streak of jealousy that Grace seems to have, and I don't. It's very dramatic. Coat putting on. What is that? It is like a. It's not like it's the most amazing car ever, is it? It's an alright car. It'll probably get him where he needs to go, but. So where do I go to post a letter? Not here. What's that place? Is that a police station or something? Oh, it's a post office. I guess that's where we're going to deliver the letter then.
There's no one there.
Well, that's not very good. Can I just hand the letter in? Ring the doorbell. So her idea of there's no one there was just there's no one visible from 3 feet away from the window. Yeah, basically what it is right, I need to send this letter.
Das Päckchen soll nach München gehen.
How much does that cost?
7 Mark 40 bitte.
7 marks, was that? She's got money. And she even converted her money.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr.
That'll give him something to chew on.
I'll give him something to chew on, indeed. It will. Oh, there's some fluttering pages there. What exactly are they doing now? I've paid for this and now those two are going to sit staring at each other uncomfortably. Any apologies forthcoming? Has the game sound just gone really weird?
Guten Abend.
How are you? Is this the castle of the Schattenjagers?
Is this the
here?
castle of the Schattenjagers?
Yes.
Hello? Who the hell are they?
We are so thrilled to be here. Emma said.
Is that guy that thinks he's a CIA agent from the Broken Sword games?
Are probably long gone. Well, of course they aren't. I said a family like that doesn't just dry up and blow away. The good
I wish
Lord
they'd dry
put
up and
his
blow
mark
away.
on 'em.
Who are you?
I was just wondering the same thing, dear. Neither of you girls look like the heroic type, but who am I to judge? God,
why are they
chooses his
here?
soldiers, and
This
who
is, I
am
don't
to
think
put
this is
in
a
my
tourist
2 cents?
attraction, is it?
We're the Smiths from
Oh,
Merrimack,
sure.
Pennsylvania.
How are you?
This is my wife, Merle. You can call me Emil.
My husband. If I don't get right to the point, he'll get there for me.
Well, you know,
Nice to meet
that's
you both.
always good.
Uh-huh. Well, how did you hear
If we can
about
get to
the
the point.
Schottenjägers?
Oh, we're demonologists. My wife makes it her business to
Are
know
you?
a lot
All
about
right.
a lot of different
Okay.
things. She's a regular, what you call, occultist scholar, aren't you, Mother?
Is she?
That's right.
Yeah.
I read about
Oh,
you
maybe
all
she
when
can
I was
tell us
studying
something
an
about
old witch
werewolves.
trial last spring, and I have been dying to get over here ever since.
Well, so nice of you
Did
to
someone
stop
tell her
by,
that this
but
was like a
I'm
place
afraid the
for tourists
Schottenjäger
just
isn't
come and
here
visit?
right now.
Yeah, he's
I'm
away
really called, though.
on a very important case.
No, when I was so hoping to talk shop. We fighters of darkness are so rare these days.
Don't I know it? Can't scare one up to save your soul.
It's not your fault, Missy.
Yeah, it had, I think it was like, it was like 4 books or something in there and a load of letters.
Right
So
there, you know that, Em.
Well,
sending
it's
these massive
rather
journals
late,
and
if you're
stuff.
driving, you might as well, you know, go out right now.
Don't worry about that. We're going to spend the night at the guest house in town.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the letter, I
Won't you,
suppose,
dear?
but
You and I can exchange stories at least.
We'll see.
Well, come on.
I suppose it depends how heavy the books were.
Tired. I think we ought to go.
But Em.
Come on, let's go. Good night, ladies.
What are they doing?
Good night.
They're trying to. Oh, she's going to pretend she's having some kind of supernatural experience now.
I'll get her some water. Give me your hand. I see danger.
I see
Someone
dead
close to you
people.
is in
No,
danger.
someone
Gabriel?
close
I see
to us in
something.
danger.
Something like a wolf.
A wolf? She totally just said something like a wolf there, didn't she?
Don't you
a black
worry,
wolf.
Miss.
It's a
My
wolf.
Merle is going to be all right. This just happens sometimes. That's all. It just happens. Come on, Merle. Let's go. Come on.
What happened?
They're looking for the
I don't
Schattenjäger.
know.
I think she could probably do with a shot of Jaeger. She could do with something to calm her down a bit anyway. Chapter 3. Well, we're back to Gabriel again. What's he doing? Just a nice... What was that? And a goose? He's visualizing people from years gone by. Goose. Oh, whoa, watch out for the horrible CGI wolf. Or maybe it's like a flat 2D drawing of a wolf. He was dreaming. What was that he's got? The resolution of the video on these games is obviously quite bad. Okay, so here we are. We're awake. We're alive. Just about. So what are we gonna do here? Don't think we need anything out of his bag. Could go out the door. What's this on the table? Newspaper or something. Newspaper. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Killer Wolf schlagen der Innenstadt wieder zu. More about the killer wolf. Did we not already read
like
this?
There's been another wolf killing.
There's been another
This one
wolf
occurred
killing.
last night in downtown Munich.
Occurred last night in downtown Munich. Okay.
It looks like there's been another.
Yeah, I got that the first time. Get out of this.
It looks like there's been another.
I can't get away from the bloody thing. Come on. There we go. Okay. So there's another killing. Now, we were wanting to speak to that guy. What was his name again? Von Glover? Baron Friedrich von Glover. Mangfallstrasse.
Baron Friedrich von Glauer.
Let's hear how he says it.
Perlacker district.
It's in the Perlacker district. He doesn't even try to read the whole address. He's just like, yeah, that's fine. Well, okay, I guess we should go and who do we need to speak to? Probably the guy, the lawyer. Is that not the same car? Yeah, the police have no idea. I guess,
was hoping
yeah,
for a Mercedes,
if it's a werewolf.
But this'll have to do.
He was hoping for a Mercedes. I mean, it's not... The car will get him where he needs to go, right? How much money does he have if he was hoping for a Mercedes? Is this not exactly the same car that's at the castle? This looks like exactly the same car. Right, so we need to go to Marienplatz. Marienplatz? I think. Yeah, because that's where the lawyer is. Up there. So most of that, I would imagine all of that, so as you say, it's pretty much the same looks-wise, although yeah.
Das vereinbaren Sie am besten mit meiner Sekretärin.
Everywhere will be different.
Gut. Ja, danke. Ah, I was hoping you'd stop by.
It's an interesting outfit as secretary wears every day. Oh, big envelope.
Must be from Gertie.
Gertie. Must be from Gertie.
Hell, I'm lucky it's found me at all.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is a Volkswagen? I think it's a Volkswagen Jetta, is it? But I'm sure that's the same car.
Thanks, Harry.
Like, it matches the colour and the style of car. Is there anything else to talk to him about? I guess we could maybe look at what Grace has sent to us.
March 18th,
Here we go.
1994.
Listen to her angry letter.
Gabriel.
Yeah, I wondered.
I'm in Rittersburg.
I wondered
I
whose
wasn't about to sit in New
car it
Orleans
was. I guess it makes sense.
Besides, if it goes anything like last time, you're going to need my help. I've been doing the research Gerda said you wanted. Enclosed is a book you might find useful. It looks a little outdated, but then I never dealt with werewolves before, so it's hard to be sure. There's also some werewolf history right here in town.
Yeah.
I found some clues.
It's just the car seems to be the same colour and the same type of
He's
car.
cropped up in a couple of places, incling here in Rittersburg.
Which then you kind of think, well, if he drives a car like that, why is he that bothered?
A Bavarian king that died in 1886.
Did he think that some guy living
it's all
on
ancient history, I know.
a small farm?
But something tells me that it is
in the middle of
relevant.
nowhere would be driving a Mercedes.
I'm not sure where to go from here, except to look into Ludwig II. Ask around about the Black Wolf in Munich and see what you find out. Also, let me know if you want me to research Ludwig or join you there. I'm sending this to your lawyer.
It's a bit
I'll
early,
need
but
to
what
contact
thinks
you
the farmer was going to be driving around
Send
like
your
a
address and
compressor
phone
or
number
something.
ASAP. Herr Huber is being stubborn and won't tell me. Be careful and write. Grace.
Be careful.
What the hell is Grace doing here?
Yeah.
At least she's off in the ozone somewhere. The Black Wolf, Ludwig II. She's really losing it.
She's losing it. But if he'd got this letter from the other person, he wouldn't have been that bothered. Let's take a look. I guess I've got to look at these with him as well, do I? Wait.
I don't have time to worry about this historical stuff at the
Don't
moment.
have time to worry about this historical stuff at the moment.
What's going on here in Munich?
Don't think it's got anything to do with this anyway, just forget about it. He's really quite dismissive of her efforts, isn't he?
I don't have time to worry about this.
Don't have time to listen to that. Now the trouble here is I've got to look at the werewolf book.
Chapter 3.
Yeah, he's going to read the whole thing again as well. I guess we probably got to...
There are two categories, lycanthropic disorder,
we'll just
man
skip...
to beast.
We'll just skip him reading
Werewolves
it because...
and immortality. The mind of a werewolf. Becoming a werewolf. Damnation.
Because if I have to listen to the entire conversation again... Sorry, read the entire book again,
Werewolf
it'd be kind of...
packs. Like real wolves, werewolf packs...
Stop! Read the next bit.
Beta werewolves. The relationship
And
is
stop.
important. Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunted,
Stop.
therefore look. A good example
It's like, you know, I don't want to hear him read the whole book again. We've already had to
society, Mano still
listen to this whole book read by Grace.
A rash of
Go to the next. All right.
Example of
looks like we're done. Right. So anyway, he's read the book. He doesn't seem that interested in the book either, to be honest. What else did we have? Gabriel's notepad. Yeah, the rest of that's from elsewhere. Okay, so he didn't really want to pay any attention to anything she sent to him, did he? That's lovely. Let's have a chat with him. See if he's got anything interesting to talk about. Ludwig II. There we go.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
But naturally. Have you been running into him much on your tour of Munich?
Yeah. He's yeah.
Isn't he dead?
Yes, long dead. But he is still everywhere.
Popular,
like
a
your,
popular
Marilyn
person, right?
Monroe
Popular
or,
king.
Elvis. He is the Bavarian enigma.
Kept building castles, yeah. From what I understand. What makes him an enigma?
So what's the big deal about this Ludwig guy?
He's got a V in it.
Call him the fairy tale king. He's very
Why does
romantic.
he keep calling him
and mysterious,
Ludwig?
you know. He built castles.
They wrote it with. She wrote it with a V in the thing.
Castles. Where are they?
That's a very intentional mispronunciation, isn't
about
it?
3 hours southeast. Neuschwanstein is southwest of the border with Switzerland, about 2.5 hours. I can have my secretary draw you a map, if you like.
Oh, yes, please.
Most Channel maps have them already marked.
No, thanks. I
He's
wasn't
not
thinking of
interested
going
in
myself.
that.
But it does seem like a harmless enough activity for someone else I know.
Send
So this
Grace
guy's
off
just
to
a
do
dead
that.
king,
It'll
right?
get her out of his hair for a bit.
And these castles are just out in the
Is
countryside.
it?
Ours.
Ah.
Yes.
Perfect.
So they used one of his kind of castle designs. Oh, is that the I can't remember now. I did a
Of anyone or anything called the Black Wolf?
thing on like GeoGuessr or something where they had a castle
sorry.
like that.
That's all right. I'm sure it's nothing.
Is that it?
I don't have anything else to say right
Got
now.
no more to say to him. Okay, so maybe go to the hunting club.
I'm off. See you, Harry.
It's interesting, you know, when you watch them sitting at the table, like if you don't do like a, every time he picks that phone up after he leaves, I think he's phoning someone to tell them that I'm doing something wrong. Maybe he is. He was like, he's found out about this now. What's this shop? I haven't looked at this shop. Ah. Clocks.
Cuckoo clocks.
Yes. Maybe we can buy a wee cuckoo clock for... Who's this guy? He's obviously a clockmaker, right?
Hello.
Grüß Gott.
Yeah, it's that traditional kind of that... A lot of that sort of fairy tale style architecture does come from that sort of area, doesn't it? Because it's all tied into a lot of those old stories.
Authentic Black Forest cuckoo clocks. Maybe Gracie would like one for her shop redecoration.
Oh, maybe she would. Maybe she'd like that. Can I buy a clock? Maybe if I throw my money at him, he'll let me buy a clock. Where's his wallet? There. I don't want that. I want the wallet. Oh, for God's sake. Maybe I can just show him my money and...
I'd rather pick something out first.
Alright, okay, well, let's pick...
Hmm.
Can I pick that broken one that he's fixing right now? No, okay.
Authentic Black Forest cuckoo clocks. Maybe.
I thought maybe...
Authentic Black Forest...
I thought maybe he'd want to buy a cuckoo clock, but I don't think he does.
Authentic Black Forest cuckoo... Authentic...
It's the same thing he says every time.
He doesn't strike me as a sparkling conversationalist. He doesn't strike me as a sparkling conversationalist.
He has no interest in talking to the guy that makes clocks. So okay, well let's just not then. Where was that hunting club again? It was down this way. So like look at this, right? This is the thing I think's really funny. As you can see that that he's walking on a background that's not actually moving. It looks like he's not really walking at all. He's just walking on the spot. There's a bigger crowd of people there now. Someone's taken like some stock photographs of random people sitting around to put those two people there. Oh no, wait, they moved. But it was like a still image. And then suddenly they went... A guy playing the guitar. Is he going to have something to do with this werewolf thing? There's a guy with some parachute pants on. Anyway, I'm not one to speak to them just now. I want to go to this hunting club that we've managed to gain access to. It's like, yeah, those people just suddenly... It was like, oh, we better make them do something, otherwise someone might work out it's a picture.
Good morning, Herr Knight. I'm afraid
Hello.
there's no one here at the
Oh, is it
moment.
all? That's alright.
They're all busy with their daily tasks.
What daily
You
tasks?
are, however,
So like in a hunting lodge, what are their daily tasks? Hunting? Well, of course, apparently I'm a member now, right? So
kind.
let's see if he's got anything to tell us about. Probably not.
Mind if we chat for a moment?
Anything to be of service, sir.
He really doesn't seem like he wants to chat at all, right? Can we chat for a moment? Anything to be of service, sir. Tell us about the club.
So, tell me about the club.
What about it?
Yeah, he was saying the guy in the clock shop wasn't much of a sparkling conversationalist, but this guy
How long has it
isn't much better.
Since 1970.
No way.
It's not that old.
The old Royal Bavarian Hunting Lodge? It's older than that, isn't it?
Die Königliche Bayerische Hofjagdloge is ancient. This particular form of it is
Yeah,
new.
this building was occupied in 1970. I do wonder sometimes if Gabriel is intentionally stupid. What happened in 1970?
What happened in 1970?
They opened this place.
Baron von Glauer came. He brought a new vision.
Baron von
The
Glauer.
lodge had nearly died out. Hunting is not
So his new
popular as
vision
it
was
used to be.
a small back street
You
shop.
here when Von Glauer joined?
Baron von Glauer. He hired me later. In
He's not
72.
interested in noble titles, is he? How many members are there altogether?
How many members are there?
There are 5 now, not
5.
including you.
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
sure
all
of your
they all seem very strange.
5. You mean the men that were
I suppose
here
they're probably
Quantity is
the
not
kind of
an
stereotypical
overriding
idea of kind of
concern, Knight.
barons
The
and
Baron
stuff, aren't they?
personally interviewed and approved each new member. Despite your own experience, this club is extremely exclusive. Not everyone
He's
will fit in.
he's obviously a bit of a snob,
No,
this guy, isn't he?
Don't
You know,
suppose they would.
they are all that very snobbish kind of group. How often do they go hunting? Oh, not anymore. They don't go
How
hunting
often do the
anymore.
club members go hunting?
As a group, once a month or so.
Oh,
Once a month.
it's quite regular.
Hell, I thought y'all were hunters. Back home, you don't get out there and spill a little blood at least once a week. The other men start looking at you funny.
Organized club hunts are once a month. Members can use the
Yeah,
club's lodges
they'll
anytime
go
on a
and
more casual
hunt
basis,
whenever they want, I would
and
imagine.
they frequently do.
Ah, for parties and that sort of stuff.
So,
There's not very
what
many
about the club
members.
I don't gossip about our members, Herr Knight.
I don't gossip about people.
With you?
What do you mean?
Please. I've never met anyone as obviously discreet as you.
Thank
The-
Said you could
Why is
drop
the
on
music
road if
suddenly
you
called
wanted
this?
to, though. You
Tense.
probably know more about what goes on around here than anyone.
Oh, we're trying to
At least I
appeal
used
to his
But with all these new
self.
people coming in, I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
I know anything anymore.
All these new people. You mean I'm not the only fresh blood?
Oh.
No, Herr Dr.
The
Klingman
doctor,
was
yeah,
only
Dr.
accepted
Klingman.
a few weeks ago.
Really?
Who else?
Who
Is
brought
that it?
him in?
I was not in on the discussion, so I really couldn't say. But
Yeah,
I'm
why
sure
would-
there was more thought
he was-
behind his acceptance than yours.
But at least his acceptance was due to him being part of. I mean, this was the whole thing, wasn't it? He had to be a part of some
Have you ever
noble
heard of
family, which he
the Black
was.
Wolf?
Does the doctor?
No.
He's never heard of the Black Wolf. Does he not get to go
Alright.
hunting? He seemed very angry about answering that question, though, didn't he? You know, have you ever heard of the Black Wolf? No. Okay. Very angry, this man.
Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney.
The big bad wolf to come down the chimney? What's this place? Oh. The back door. I guess there was nothing interesting to be found there. Because he's just gone again. Is that another door? Oh no, that's the door we just came through, surely. Oh no, there is another door there. What's that one for? So,
Locked.
That door's locked, okay. It's not, doesn't look like there's really anything we can do here with nobody about, does it? Hit the exit. We got some nice...
I don't think I should get too comfy around here.
You know, considering it's supposed to be some exclusive club, there's some very cheap furniture in here, isn't there? Like, that doesn't look like a plush kind of leather sofa. That looks like a very basic coat stand. And yeah, just a deer's head and some kind of strange light. It's a very cheaply decorated room, considering what it's supposed to be. I always think of these kinds of places having those high-backed chairs and people sitting around smoking cigars or something, you know. Where else do we need to go? We needed to go and speak to the police. There is a police car there.
Guess I figured out where last night's killing took place.
I guess this is where the werewolf did its killing. Why is that not updated? This is where the werewolf did its killing, apparently.
Isn't that the detective from the paper? Commissar Lieber?
That's Lieber, is it? Should we try and see if we can speak to him? Or does he still not want to speak to me?
Commissar Lieber, my name is Gabriel Knight. I'm trying to get in touch with you at the station.
Maybe he doesn't want to talk to you. Sorry, I just... No, he just turns around. Go away. Not interested in you. You're a strange man who wants to try and track down a werewolf. He's obviously not too interested in...
I wonder who the victim was this time.
I'm not allowed to look at the thing and see who the victim was. Were they like totally torn apart and we can't ever find out? I don't know. Right, so... Maybe we can... I'm trying to think who we could speak to find out about who it might have been. Maybe the lawyer again? Maybe you can find out who's missing? Oh, here we go again. There we go, just a quick kiss on the head, and then they're back to sitting still. How often does this loop, I wonder? Seems to take them a while before they do. Takes them a while before they react again. Apparently all the streets here are like treadmills. It's a really weird looking walk. That was the police station, wasn't it? I think. But they're not going to tell me who it was. They don't even want to talk to me about the things I asked to talk to them about. At least when there's a wall there, it doesn't look too ridiculous. Yeah, it just looks kind of normal, but...
Gabriel.
At this stage, she should just be saying, yeah, just go in, it's fine, he'll see you. He's very interested in talking to you all the time, so you just carry on talking to him. I wonder... Actually... I feel like I need to try a bit harder
See you, Harry.
to talk to the guy. I don't think being here is going to help me much. Because I'm saying look into missing persons, but there he is again, calling some mysterious person. I didn't really try much, because I just realised I've got all that... I had that evidence, didn't I? I have that thing of evidence from the university for the wolf fur and the paw print and stuff. And the guy who said, "Oh yes, that's definitely looks like a wolf's footprint, but it's very big. It'd be a very large wolf, larger than you would ever see in nature." Let's try and see if Lieber will speak to me about this evidence. Where was it? The evidence. I completely forgot I had. That analysis report for the evidence might draw his attention a bit more.
Commissar Lieber, my name is Gabriel Knight. I need to discuss some
Now suddenly.
with you.
What do you want? I'm busy here.
How?
I have some evidence here that contradicts your zoo wolves theory. I was wondering if maybe we could discuss it.
Look, I don't know who you are or
Wow.
what you think you're doing, but I don't have time for this.
Don't interrupt a policeman when he's working. Don't interrupt a policeman when he's working. I wonder. There's press there, though. I wonder if they'd be interested, seeing as he's not.
Are y'all with the news? I have some information you might
Here we
find
go.
of,
Just say it as loud as possible so that the policeman can hear him.
You're an American.
Is she not the person he had that vision of? Oh no, her hair's too long.
Information about the mutilation killings.
Yeah.
I do have some information, yes ma'am. I was about to discuss it with the commissar over there, but he seems kind of busy.
He's not interested.
Speak with y'all instead.
Who's that? Who are those other two people?
Nun gut, was soll's. Dreh schön, Dieter.
Munich 6.
Wir befinden uns am Tatort des bis jetzt letzten bizarren Todesfalles, der durch die Killerwölfe herbeigeführt wurde.
He's gonna have some problems here.
Hier befindet sich ein Amerikaner, der offensichtlich wichtige Hinweise bezüglich des
What's she saying about him?
hat. You believe you have information about the wolf killing, sir?
Yes, I do. I was about to ask Commissar Lieber over there some questions.
Was it really bad German for someone who's supposed to be from Germany, but she clearly isn't, I take it.
The escaped zoo wolves were gray.
Fragt, wieso die Tierhaare am Tatort rötlich-braun sind, wie doch die entlaufenen Zuwölfe.
They could have at least put subtitles on to let people know what they were saying, what they were supposed to be saying.
How come paw prints found at the scene indicate an animal?
This looks like the worst news recording ever. Like some sort of underground news recording, you know, from the mid-90s.
Und fragt, wieso die Pfotenabdrücke am Tatort viel größer sind als die der Zoo.
Ah, right, I see.
How did you get this information?
Well, all right. You have my attention. Now, who are you?
An interesting way to get the policeman's attention. I think we can agree on that.
The American novelist. I've been by your station to see you, but funny thing, they would not let me in.
Would it?
All right.
I suppose they weren't live on air, so maybe.
But only if you agree to get out of here and not talk to the police.
You got it.
Okay. This is the way he screws up his face there. Right, so I guess we want to go to the police station now then. Where was the police station? It's not in this area, is it? In fact, you have to go to... Oh, there they go again. It's almost like they're some sort of couple who are trying to pretend they're a couple. They're just like, oh, someone's watching, quick. Little kiss on the head. Now they'll think it's okay. Was it this place that was the police station, or is this somewhere else? No, no, that's right. That's the kind of square with the statues and the clock.
That must be the famous Munich glockenspiel.
Yeah, the glockenspiel.
She almost seems to be watching me.
That whole phenomenon where statues and paintings and things appear to be watching you. I think we have to go to... Which area was it again? We have to go to here. I think it's the last one on the last one on the map. On the subway map, metro map, or underground map, I guess. It was Prince Regent Platz, or Prince Regent... Oh, that's a new place. Perlach? There he is.
Kommen Sie herein.
Some very official sounding music. I'm starting to wonder if any of the cast were German at all. Did they just get a load of people who...
Kommissar Lieber, so generous of you to see me.
Sit down, Mr. Knight.
He's a very angry policeman.
Now, you will tell me what you think you know about this case, yes?
How do you say quid pro quo in German?
There is no translation.
Thanks so much for your time.
Sit down. What are you proposing exactly?
You want information? I want information. It's kind of convenient that way.
I can't give you.
I don't think he's the kind of person that's going to give us out
Not
police.
asking for anything confidential. Hell, I can't even read the damn newspapers around here.
You could tell already he wasn't going to be the kind of guy who's going to give out evidence, right? I mean, obviously.
But then it's your turn. Agreed?
Sure. He doesn't seem to...
I hear you.
He's kind of gone the wrong way on this, because now he can tell me anything, and then... I don't know. Let's talk to him, I guess, see what he's got to say. Let's talk about...
How long have you been a commissar?
Oh, okay.
10 years.
All of them here in Munich?
That's okay.
Yes.
And a criminal commissar is like, what, a police detective in America?
Americans don't have so many ranks, I think. A German criminal commissar
Probably not,
is
no.
more like an English chief inspector.
Oh, right, okay, so he's just...
What?
So she just kind of translated what he said exactly, although people probably already understood what he was saying anyway if it was a...
Tell me about
if it was a live broadcast. Most people, I suppose, would have. How many victims have there been?
How many victims have there been?
How many people have been mutilated?
5, including the one downtown.
That is an odd thing for a reporter to say.
No. The killings have been done in broad daylight.
In broad daylight?
Body parts left like a trail of broad criminal. Breadcrumbs?
Fair enough.
Jack the Ripper Wolf.
And yet they still think it was just regular zoo wolves that did it, even though they've been laying out the parts like some sort of trail.
When were the other victims killed?
The first was 32 days ago.
Right.
2 days after the zoo wolves escaped.
That's why they assumed it was those.
2 teenage boys were killed 20 days ago. The Huber girl 6 days ago.
Yeah.
They're speeding up.
Maybe.
They're becoming more regular. Which means it... But then how would it be a werewolf?
What about the location?
Oh, mind you, it did say in that legend that they could change if there was something howling.
If you like. I have a marked map on the wall. Until last night, the killer always struck 30 to 40 minutes outside the city.
Now they're inside the city.
North of München near Esching. The 2 males were killed in Feldkirchen, that's east. Tony Huber was killed on
Are they involved in, like, hunting them? What do we know about the killer? Or killers? What do the forensics say?
What does forensics say about the killer?
That information is not
No,
for Quez.
he's not going to give you that.
But the bite marks, saliva, you've seen the bodies, I haven't.
All I can say is, it is an animal.
Some sort of animal, okay.
Mind if I take a guess?
Mind if I take a guess? Could it be
Boys
zoo
in the lab
wolves?
say the bite marks are canine and are closer to wolf than to dog. But beyond that, they can't pin it down. Nothing like it on the records.
So it's
Probably
not a
weird
regular
hybrid.
dog.
Yeah,
Go on, tell him it's a werewolf.
that's what I thought.
Tell him it's a werewolf. See what he says about that. Have you considered werewolfery? He'll kick me out. He's going to kick me out now.
Have you given any thought at all
He's going to kick me out.
about the possibility of
Thought?
a werewolf?
This guy hasn't cracked a smile so far. He still hasn't.
Never mind.
He hasn't laughed. He's trying to take this seriously. It's not a zoo wolf, is it?
The killer isn't one of the zoo wolves.
Too big to be a zoo wolf.
That is information the press does not have, Mr. Knight. I expect it to stay that way.
Sorry, I need to take this thing off my neck because it's going
As you pointed out
to annoy
so
me.
loudly at the crime scene, evidence on the killer does not match what
It
we
keeps
know
disappearing.
as wolves.
Yeah.
A bit of my headphones keeps
So what are
disappearing
your
too,
thoughts
but
about that?
Either there is a mistake with the
But
zoo
never mind.
records.
I think the zoo would know if they had a reddish-brown hybrid in the wolf camp.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was likely. Another possibility is, of course, that another animal is responsible.
Well, what kind of animal? A lion?
Maybe a pet.
A pet?
A pet?
Somebody's cat got out, tore these
Then
guys to
maybe the
pieces.
reason you haven't been able to track the thing is that it's going into someone's home.
Have you checked to see if there were any goldfish around at the time? So you believe only one animal's done it?
You keep saying an animal. You found evidence of only one animal? One bite pattern, one saliva type?
I have got another light, but I was charging the battery.
You had two
Which
wolves
might change
from
that.
the zoo.
As you say.
Two wolves
the
got out of the zoo.
wolves do not figure into this at all.
No,
Oh.
they really don't.
I wouldn't say that. No,
Well,
I definitely
unless-
would not say that.
Well, you've already said werewolves, so at this stage... Why is he still talking to me, to be honest? Tell me about the latest one.
Tell me about the latest victim.
Male, 52, Grossberg was the name.
Grossberg?
He was a furrier. Ironic, isn't it?
A furrier.
Well,
What an amazing coincidence.
yeah, very. It's strange. Do you have any theories about why?
Have any theories about why the killer struck down?
Do they have any clue?
No. Do you?
You saw him,
I read somewhere
killed
that
him.
wolves are clean animals. They don't kill close to their lair unless they're forced to.
What lair?
Later.
Talking about?
Not sure, actually.
Well, they must be hiding somewhere, surely.
Random thought.
He thinks it's a pet. Who's this person that keeps taking their pet all over the countryside, letting it kill people?
Have you ever heard of anyone or anything called the black wolf?
The hair samples we have are all reddish brown.
Yeah, it's not a black
I
wolf.
know.
We know this.
I was just wondering if you'd heard of a black wolf in general.
What in general? Oh, interesting. There is something. Or he's going to open the files, look at them for a second and go, no! Get out of my office! Oh, there's something. What is it? I mean, I suppose there could be a There could be a black wolf from earlier, from before, maybe. Or is this an elaborate joke?
What?
Is this some sort of elaborate...
Missing persons case.
Ah.
A runaway teenaged girl. It happened in 1989 in a town called Kirschel, in the Nationalpark Bayerischer Wald, Bavarian National Forest.
Right.
Oh, I just
Black wolf.
remembered something. It was a sad case, you know. She was very pretty.
Is that specifically what makes it sad?
Here it is.
What?
There was a supposed
Person died.
witness. An old lady who lived on the edge of town near the woods. She says she saw the girl go into the woods the night she disappeared.
Yeah.
Says the wolf got her.
The wolf.
The wolf.
The old lady had been complaining for some time about a huge black wolf in the woods. But no
Ah.
one believed her. She was very
Interesting.
crazy.
Interesting.
No one else ever saw the thing?
Hadn't been any wolves in those woods for 50 years.
One sec.
So there was probably nothing to it.
That's what I thought at the time. Of course, that was years before this case. Never heard of wolf attacks back then.
Never heard of wolf attacks. So it wasn't a common thing at the time. So can you tell me any more missing people that...
Do you get a lot of missing persons cases in Germany?
So now maybe we can...
Oh, sure. Mostly
about as many as everywhere else, right?
runaways. It gets worse all the time. Families are not like they used to be, yes?
No, well, everything changes over time, right? Everything changes in time.
That's all I wanted to know.
Good. We discuss you now, yes?
No, we'll discuss me now. Oh no. Yeah.
You want to tell me, or do I have to ask?
I'm investigating
Tell
the
you
murder
what.
of Tony Yuba for her parents.
Why?
Because they asked me
I'm
to.
an investigator. That's what I do.
Yeah, but the police are investigating.
You're an American PI?
No.
You could say that.
No, it's not.
And how did the Hubos end up hiring you?
Mutual friends?
I see.
Yeah, mutual friends.
And is evidence you have?
Yeah, I've got it. I can
Paul
give it to you.
and some hair samples from the Yuba farm. I spoke with some folks at the zoo as well.
Yeah. Do you not think the police might have already done that?
All right, Mr. Knight. I don't know how the police deal with you in America, but in this country, we don't like civilian interference.
No.
I understand.
If you hear something, you come to me. If you see something, you come to me.
Okay.
And under no circumstances are you to speak with the press. You do. And I'll have your passport.
Yeah, I suppose you can do that.
Bad hair day.
I am quite serious.
A bad hair day.
Not a word.
Is that the best kind of joke to make to that guy, do you think?
All right.
I don't think it is.
I can't stop you from investigating. But stay out of our way.
Right, okay, yeah, well, stay out
Right, as a
of the
child.
police's way. If they're looking at new killings, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a big issue for me, right? So this map will tell me where all the other killings have happened. If he's gonna let me look at it. It seemed pretty pointless talking to him.
This map, it marks the locations of all the wolf
This is
killings,
where all
right?
the people were killed.
Yes.
It's not drawing out some kind of symbol yet, like a pentagram or something.
The one last night, the one in the middle, doesn't really fit, does it?
It has to fit. It happened.
Just so it could be something else.
I suppose.
Does it fit a pattern? I mean, not really.
I still say that one in the middle is different.
Yeah. Where's that?
I
What's
still
that?
say that one in the middle is
Is that it?
different.
That's all he's going to learn about, and that's all he's going to say about. We can't look at these bits. Oh, we can, somehow. Karl Grossberg, 185 centimeters height, 125 kilos weight, 405 Stockmanstrasse, and that's his phone number. Okay. And this one? Can we only look at that one's name? What's that all about? One sec. Right. So we've got an address for that person. Can we not look at the other people's details? It's the only thing we can look at on that section. Okay. Alright. Oh, this one, but the poster behind him. Oh, this one on the door. We finished talking to him. I don't know why I just...
Stay out of trouble.
Of course. Oh, maybe I can stay out of trouble. I should have taken a note of that address. He does not look very happy. I need to go back. I need to go back because I think I need something else. I think I should have taken a note of that.
Ms. Denied.
Yeah, I'm back. Hello.
Commissar Lieber?
Alright, so where did they get these posters from then? You'd think they could have just bought some cheap from somewhere. But I suppose it's before eBay was a big thing, you know, where you could buy all sorts of old things. But yeah, I need to take a note of that note. If I can. I want to look at this. Can I note it down on my notepad maybe? Where is my notepad? Where the hell's my notepad? Where's my notepad? Get there eventually. What's that? That's the letter. Those are journals. There's my notepad. Just note down this address quickly while he's watching. I'm sure he'll be fine about it. You high-ranking police. Yeah, that's... He's trying to see what I'm doing. He's not that bothered though, otherwise he'd have got up, right? He'd have got up and stood next to us and gone, what do you think you're doing? Okay. So we got some information about a victim. That's all very nice, but we need to leave.
Stay out of trouble.
Of course. So now I think we can go to... Oh yeah, I think the other new place on the map is that Baron or whatever. But I want to find out a little bit more about the people that have disappeared. Just realised my head is like right where he's trying to go. Not sure what that guy's doing. What that guy's wearing. Some sort of fashion store, which is odd when it's a lawyer's office.
Gabriel, come in.
Yeah, hello, I'm back again. I was wanting to talk to you, but I thought I should speak to the police first. So I'm hoping he can do a bit more, maybe do some research into this guy that's missing.
I'm not sure why I'd want to show him that.
I feel like there are some things I'd like him to do though. Like I need him to look into who the people are that were missing. Maybe I can do that.
I'm not sure why I'd want...
No, okay. I thought we'd be able to get him to...
See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
To give us some more information about something, but maybe I've missed something, or... I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's go to the guy's house then instead. To this new area on the map. This one here. Because we've not been there before. Let's see what he's got to say. Here he is. He's got newspapers on the wall.
Gabriel Knight ist hier, c'est Suzanne.
Yes. That's nice. I'm here to speak to him. He's a very, I don't know.
Gabriel, what a pleasure to
Hello.
see you so soon.
Bringen Sie uns bitte ein zweites Glas Wein.
Sure.
Hope I'm not taking advantage of your kind invitation.
Well, my invitations are meant to be kept.
Come, warm yourself.
Warm myself? Is that chair going to warm me up, is it?
I hope you like wine. I got hooked on the grape when I lived in France.
It's fine, Baron.
Call me Friedrich.
All right.
Doesn't like to be called Baron.
Good. I like
But he
that
does
from
really.
Sally. You were going to tell me how you found the club. And
I
about
found
your
the
hunt in
club.
America.
Oh, there must be more interesting subjects.
I wonder then,
No
is he...
doubt. You are a man who runs deep, I suspect.
Is he the first person that speaks German properly then?
On my off days.
I find nothing more stimulating than a new companion. A fresh mind with treasures.
You can usually kind of tell though, can't you, when the people
New things like rare birds.
are putting on a voice and when their voice seems a bit more natural.
It is only when people know each other well that they run out of things to say.
Like sometimes the accents seem to be a little bit overemphasized with some of the people. It couldn't have been that difficult to have employed a German cast though, surely.
Are you from Munich originally?
No.
Unless it was difficult to
raised
get them to
abroad.
record.
But both of my parents had deep Bavarian roots.
I don't know.
Really? Where abroad?
All over. France, England, South America, North America.
It's been everywhere.
I love to travel.
Is he the werewolf, I wonder? Tell me about your family then, your family history.
So tell me about your family.
The Von Glovers? We are not nearly as old a line as the Ritters, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Your wife? Children?
Good God. No.
Don't think that's something he's interested in.
You sound like someone else I know.
I've been picking up on certain similarities between us.
What? No, I was talking about someone else.
How fares the Ritter family tree?
Not well.
I'm the last.
I too. I suppose all trees eventually stop bearing fruit.
Yeah. What was that? What was that all about?
How'd you end up here?
My circumstances were probably not much different than your own. I wanted to return to the land of my ancestors, and so I did. Which reminds me, you were going to tell me how the Ritter family ended up in America.
Well...
My grandfather.
Yeah.
He left the family and went to New Orleans.
He didn't want anything to do with the
chose to
Schattenjäger
return
line.
to the family. Why?
He didn't really have a
If you wanna know
choice.
the truth, I didn't have a hell of a lot of choice.
No, he really didn't have a choice.
Yes. I understand.
It's very understanding. So tell us a bit about the club.
Tell me about the club.
I'd prefer it if you formed your own opinions.
Okay, yeah, but, you know, I need to learn
I'm
some
perfectly
things about
afraid
it.
I could use a fresh perspective.
Alright.
That's
He's
one
trying to work
reason
out who
why
to
I
kick out.
invited you to join us.
Fresh perspective on, yeah. Tell me about the members. They seem a bit...
How about telling me about the other club members?
Ah, my select few.
Yeah, he's only got a
You find them valuable friends once you get to know
Will I?
Did most of them come to the club through you?
For the most part. Though occasionally,
So this is...
fate throws one into my lap.
Which is me, they're not hunting people, are they? Tell me something more about them. Clearly that option's not
All of the
exhausted.
men of the club are from wealthy German families, I gather.
Yes. But it's not quite that simple.
No?
I am a believer in self-determination.
He's...
Each man at the club must also be personally accomplished.
I need to stop trying to guess, but I feel like maybe he's the alpha wolf.
Absolutely. For example, von Eigner owns one of Germany's
Thank you for the
biggest
follow.
meat butchering plants.
Penguin
and
and
he
Sam
runs
out?
an elite private brewery.
Close as I can
It's
figure it,
true.
Eventually the notification will come up.
Great deal.
A butchery. Huh. And the others?
Price is recognized as one of the best
Hello?
trial lawyers in Germany. He seems pleasant enough in person, but you would be
How are you?
surprised how vicious he can be in a courtroom.
He needs as
And
many
him.
allies as he can get.
As with the government. He has a prominent position and is an acknowledged contender for...
Something right there in
higher
front of my
office.
face.
Really? How high?
There have been newspaper reports that predicted the highest.
The
Be
highest?
convenient for his friends, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The what?
Such men are an asset to everyone who knows them.
And Baron von Zell.
Especially if they want to
Von
commit
Zell's
crimes,
family
right?
owned the majority of stock of one of Munich's oldest banks.
And his own personal accomplishments?
Yeah, what's he done?
Gar is
Tense music
a
again,
quite
so
promising young man. He was always top of his class.
he's always top of his
The
class.
best at anything he did.
Okay. And then what happened?
I keep picking up a past tense here.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him at his best.
Have I not?
He's going through a rough spot lately, I'm afraid.
Okay. It's not really giving me much information, to be honest. It's not giving me a lot of information at all. What about the Black Wolf?
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Oh, he spilt his drink.
so sorry.
That must have had nothing to do with that. It must have had nothing to do with that question.
It's all right.
It just he spilt his drink a wee bit.
Würden Sie das bitte reinigen?
You barely
It
got
had
me.
nothing to do with me. It was just that, you know.
Are you alright?
That was a terrible reaction.
Danke. I feel so clumsy. Danke, Gunther.
Feels clumsy.
What was it you asked again?
The Black Wolf. You remember exactly what I asked.
I asked if you'd ever heard of the Black Wolf.
Of course, you did.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
I suppose you just startled me. These killings in the papers.
Mm-hmm.
They've really got me derailed.
All right, so you got worried that
Any
a
particular
wolf
reason?
would come inside your house
People getting slaughtered.
and kill you.
Children. In broad daylight.
Yeah.
Nature can seem cruel, but it is orderly. It does not waste or torture. Not like this.
I'm a little worried about this guy.
And with the club, espousing what we do, our philosophy does
Especially-
not support this kind of thing.
Doesn't support what? Werewolves?
I'm sure that's true.
I apologize.
Doesn't support werewolves.
It just... I'm concerned.
Every now and again he keeps
We are
breathing
not
on the
put in
microphone.
best of light under these circumstances. To promote
Or else there's a bit of
hunting and
wind, I don't
atrocities
know.
in the papers. You must understand.
Okay,
The
what
nature
the...
I promote is not a murderer. When a healthy
Not a
beast
murderer.
kills, it takes only what it needs to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, we're aware of this. Everyone's told us this so far.
It is only the man who is capable of such a pointless slaughter.
Yeah.
I'll be glad when this has passed.
There is. There's like a little wind sound
sure
every now and
they
again
don't
on...
feel the
and it's
same
coming
way.
from the game. Like they shot the video in a windy room? I don't know. There's nothing else to talk to him about, it looks like. What's this? Some kind of tribal mask. We can look at it, so I'll look at it.
That's a great mask. Mind if I take a look?
Be my guest.
Interesting. Is it
South
African?
American...
No, Indian.
Indian?
I picked it up in Brazil.
Hmm.
So South American, yeah.
Von Glauer says it's Indian. Von Glauer says it's Indian.
Yeah, that's what he says. We've noticed that. So, what else do I do now then? I feel like I've missed something somewhere along the way.
I should get going.
Yeah.
All right.
I might go back to the...
Soon.
Visit me again soon. What if I've got nothing to tell you? So he knows about the Black Wolf. For whatever it might be. He just sits down like he's just like nothing else, like nothing's just happened. I want to go back here for a moment. I feel like there's something I've missed. He seemed to be interested in buying a cuckoo clock out of that shop as well. Cuckoo.
Cuckoo clocks.
Yeah.
Authentic black for.
What's this? Oh.
Cute.
What is it? Oh, he's handed me his clock. He doesn't like to talk to me, but he'll let me touch his clock. That's not a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, well, there is in there this sound thing, you know, to wake up. You know,
An alarm.
An alarm clock.
Yeah, alarm clock.
A woodpecker alarm clock.
How much is it?
Wie viel? 60 marks.
60 marks. Yeah, why not? Let's buy a clock off him. I don't see why not. There must be a reason to if it's an option, right? There must be a reason to buy the clock. If it gives me the option to do it.
I'll take that woodpecker clock.
60 marks, bitte.
Yes, I know. I'm not sure about the price, but I'll buy it.
That's alright, I'll take it as it is.
Yeah, I don't need a bag, it's alright. I'll just carry it around in the street like that.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just keep that in my huge pockets.
Bitte.
Yeah, I'd thought, I mean, for a well-engineered clock. It's probably not too bad, right? At least I assume, I mean, from a place like that, an actual sort of clockmaker. Let's see if there's anything else we can talk to him about.
Come in.
Hey, Harry.
I feel like there's something else we could be doing here. But he's got nothing he wants to talk about. I don't think he wants a clock. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something.
I'm not sure what.
Yeah, nothing here anyway. I don't know what it is I'm missing.
I'm off. See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
Right, where can we go? I think we need to go to... Maybe we can go to the farm. Maybe write a letter back to Grace. Thanking her for... I don't know. Maybe we could post her a cuckoo clock. It would cost us even more money to post the parcel. Okay, so we'll go back. Go back to the car and then back to the farm. Oh no, she's got like a rabbit's foot. Oh, okay. Just suddenly disappears. We need to
Who
use...
should I call?
We need to use the phone. That note that we took about, where is it? There. See if we can speak to anybody at this guy's house. It's the least comfortable bench ever. Who is it? Who's it gonna be?
Hello? Hello. My name is Knight. I'm an American associate of Herr Grossberg's.
Yes?
How long has he been dead for?
I was just calling the people in Herr Grossberg's address book to notify them. Have you heard that Herr Grossberg has...
Yes,
Yeah, I heard he passed away.
Yes, I'm sorry. Would you mind giving me your name again so I can check you off the list?
Oops.
Knight.
I won't be on the list.
Hoffman. I'm not finding you.
Oh, that's alright then. You didn't have to phone me, I suppose.
It's Von Knight.
Von Knight.
Oh, yes, Von. Von Eigner, von Frank, von Stein. You're not under Von either.
Von Frank.
Excuse me, did you say
Von Stein.
Von Agner?
Yes?
Do you know Von Agner?
I don't know him. I don't know most of Grossberg's business contacts.
Oh.
Grossberg knew him.
Yeah, that's
If
interesting.
this is about money, you're out of luck. All the accounts are locked until someone comes in and takes over. Besides, there's nothing in them anyway.
Really?
Nothing useful.
Could you just look up an account balance for me?
An account balance?
The address book is all
I'll
I
just
have.
pop into his
The police
account.
are taking Herr Grossberg's ledgers.
Oh. Well.
Is there somewhere I have to use it?
Thank you.
Is there somewhere I have to use it soon, is there? Yeah, why not? Is it to replace this really annoying clock in this room right now? That's constantly ticking. Yeah, you can tell me if you want. I'm going to need to write her another letter.
I'd better make sure Gracie keeps busy. Elsewhere.
Yeah, send her away. Make her do something else. But we don't know what she's, Ah, right, okay. What, inside the kind of main room? Oh, because did they... Oh, to replace a clock that's there, maybe? Some sort of clue inside it, is there? Okay, so we've written another letter. We don't get to find out what the contents of the letters are until they pass them over. So now we need to go back into town and post the letter, and then we can go into the Hunters Club and do that. That sounds... Oh, would the alarm annoy them or something? Oh, I need to get the keys. You think after the first time of opening the car that they would maybe just have it that you click on the car and you immediately go into it? Seems a bit silly that we have to go all the way back there just to write a letter. Right, so back to Marienplatz. Marienplatz. Back there to the post office, post the letter. Go. Go. Quicker. Could do with one of those things where you double click and he jumps to the next screen. But instead, for this one sequence, you have to watch him walk all the way across the thing. Every time I watch him walking, it's funny. Oh. Go! Someone's watching you!
They're busy.
They're busy being frozen in place. Oh no, wait. They're frozen again.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language. I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
He doesn't want to speak to the musician. Thought that'd be interesting, but no. So if we go to the hunting club, we can use the... Alright, I need to go to the... Who's that?
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
I think over here's the post office, wasn't it? Yeah, that's where the post office was. Give me that letter. Stick that in the post. We don't get to see him going in the post office. Well, we do, but then he just comes out again. So I got to use
That's taken care of.
Okay. So if we go to the hunting club now, see what we can do with that. Do we have to swap it with something, or? put it somewhere. What's this
Nice plant.
There's a plant.
Dead things.
Dead things.
Gotta love them.
You shouldn't play with dead things. What do I do with it? Put it in the... Maybe it would annoy somebody if I put it in the plant and they might open that door if they can hear it from inside. Something like that. Cuckoo clock. Plant. Yeah, we set the alarm and then someone hopefully will come out that door wondering where the hell the noise is coming from. Why are his arms wet? Or are they just sparkly? So what does that do, I wonder? Do we just leave now? In the hope that it causes a distraction? Is that all it is? Oh.
Somebody's at the door.
It's very loud.
I can hear.
Better answer the door, pal. I'm assuming we needed to get him away from his desk then. Let's have a look. And get addresses for all the guys. Maybe. Or something else. What's in this drawer? Oh, keys. That'll get that door open then. Can we take his stapler as well? Is this like office space? Is that all we want? I don't know if that's all we want. Can we... Did he close the drawer? Oh, I don't have any more control, so I guess that's all we were doing.
Everything is fine, Herr Knight.
Alright. But who was it? Who was at the door? He's wondering himself now. What was all that about? Well, he obviously found the clock. I'm guessing it's not there anymore. Did you leave it behind? Okay. But we'll need to somehow get the keys back though, won't we? Does that mean we have to do that again at some point? Can we open the back door? And we should probably do it... I don't know, should we do it now or should we do it after?
I should probably return those keys first before Xavier notices they're gone.
So he wants the keys to get put away first. So yeah, I guess we want to put this in the plant again so that we can put the keys back. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? So did he... I assume he found the clock and turned it off.
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
Yeah, I get it, but I just set the clock and nothing... Oh, here we go. I thought nothing had happened for a minute there. Hey, what are you writing down there? Let me peek at it over your shoulder. Oh, who's that?
Möchte wissen, wer das ist.
Okay. Is he wondering where that is? Is that what he's saying? Wondering where the noise is coming from? Right, so we get those keys back in the drawer. There's nobody there. Why is he walking so slowly? Pop the drawer open, quick as you like. Before he comes back and notices you doing it. Pop the keys back in the drawer. Right back where they were. Perfect. You'd think that they were never moved. And then he'll be back, right? After a really obvious cut.
Everything all right?
Everything is fine, Herr Knight.
He must be thinking he's losing his mind. You would think, wouldn't you? So I guess now... Can I take the clock back? May as well. May as well keep the clock, right? I guess we're not going to need it again for going in and out of there. I'm not leaving it behind. I spent 60 marks on that. not going to just leave it in a plant. Could take it home with him. Oh. A tiger. Tiger head. And some guns. This doesn't look like a great place to be, does it? What is this? An altar of some kind? What are they worshipping exactly? The Black Wolf.
Rice, Von Agner, Henneman. I met them all last night.
Obviously Gabriel's
Wonder what these
accent's not
figures
gonna...
mean.
Don't know. What do they mean?
Rice, Von Agner, Henneman.
Is that
I
it?
met them all last night. I wonder what these figures mean.
Who knows? Who knows? Is there anything on this side of it? Is that all that's on it?
Just a guess, but I don't think this stuff has much to do with hunting.
I think you're probably
Just
right.
a guess, but I don't think this stuff has much to do with hunting.
Is that all there is? Just that notepad? That's just that notebook? Are there any more pages on this that we could look at? Just that?
Rice,
Yeah,
Von
it's just the
Agner,
same thing
Henneman.
again. Is that all we can do here?
Aren't some of these endangered species?
Probably.
Aren't some of these endangered species?
Yeah, you're probably right. Is that all there is there?
Just a guess, but I don't think this stuff
What's that? Nothing. All we can look at is that. Okay, is there anything else in the room? Ah, some pictures.
Photos of the club hunts. Looks
So these-
like Von Glauer and Von Zell monopolized the camera.
These are the club hunts. They've
Or
got
the
like
hunts. Photos
white
of the
tigers.
club
And...
hunts. Looks like Von Glauer and Von Zell monopolized the camera.
Okay.
Or the hunts. Photos of the club hunts. Looks like Von Glauer and Von Zell monopolized the camera.
Okay.
Or the hunts.
Thank you. Yeah, they monopolized the
Photos of-
camera. Right, anyway, that's just a load of people in pictures.
Photos of the
Yeah, it's just the same stuff all over again. Thank you. Oh, someone's coming. It's this guy.
Mr. Knight?
Yes,
This room is for members. Only.
I am a member.
Sorry, door was open.
Thought he was a member.
Wait.
Oh,
I'd better make sure you do not
he's not
take
going to let us get away that
unexpected
easily.
detour.
Bye for now. Oh, he's just making sure I haven't taken anything. Oh, taking the notepad.
After you.
Yeah, after me. Okay. What's he so concerned about? I wonder.
Sava, kommen Sie!
Oh.
Ja, Baron Von Zell? I found the basement door unlocked and Herr Knight below.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could keep a better eye on the keys in the future. I will, Baron Von Zell.
I never took them. You'll find that they're in the drawer. I never got in. The door was unlocked when I got there. Will he talk to us about anything, do you think? Is it worth talking to him? We can pretend that that the keys were already in the door or something.
Yes? What is it?
He's not a happy man. He's not one for conversations.
So, what do you do for a living, Baron Von Zell?
Probably not much.
For a living? My family
He's
is
a baron.
in banking, Herr Knight. What do you do for a living?
For a living.
Me? I'm a writer.
A writer?
Yeah, not a very good one.
Aggressive of you.
Why? Okay. Hunting.
I take it you're particularly fond of hunting. I noticed the photographs downstairs. You and the Baron sure do get around.
We are the best.
We're the
You may
best.
find that out for yourself someday.
Oh,
Maybe I will. Maybe
I'm
I will.
anxious for us to hit the field. I have a feeling there's a lot I can
Hit
learn
the
from you.
field.
You may find yourself more challenged than you can imagine.
More challenged than I can imagine.
I don't get in as much practice as I'd like, and hunting's like any other sport. The more you do it, the better you get.
Bullshit. Hunting.
Bullshit.
Is a matter of the spirit, of will.
Sure. Okay.
So it is.
He's a very aggressive man.
However, Evan could see that von Glover and I have had more practice than the others in the club.
They've had more
we
practice.
used to hunt together quite a bit.
Used to.
Yeah, why
We
not
don't hunt
anymore?
together anymore?
No, not often.
Why? For what reason? Maybe he'll elaborate a bit further.
Are you and Von Glauer too busy to hunt much these days? Or
Pretty much.
Have y'all fallen out?
Pretty much.
I suppose I've simply outgrown him.
Outgrown his friends, outgrown the
Really?
hunting
In what way?
club.
You wouldn't understand.
Try me, I might. You know, how will you know that I won't understand if you don't tell me? Then I can say I don't understand.
How about telling me about the other club members?
I have a better idea. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
I don't know if I want to be honest.
Like what?
For example, why are you in Munich?
Why not?
Oh, I'm just vacationing. Thought I'd stop by on my way through.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Where are you staying in Munich?
I'm not staying in Munich,
Outside
I'm
of
staying at
town,
a
where
friend's
is-
house.
Which suburb?
I'm
Not
on
a suburb.
farm, actually. And you know, I don't remember the name of the area.
No, I don't.
Probably couldn't
Oddly
pronounce
enough.
it anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
Yes. Quite curious for someone with a supposedly high Germanic background.
I do.
Yep. I guess going out and making your mark on the rest of the world will do that to a family line.
Hmm. Right, he's a very aggressive. I wonder what'll happen if we
Seems
ask
to
him
be an
about the
exciting
Black Wolf.
place. Do y'all travel much as a group?
Well, he spilled his drink.
No.
Really?
Good answer, yeah.
You don't hunt abroad?
Solid answer there.
We are all very busy men.
Good solid
Wasn't
answer
that-
that, no. You know where you are with a no. You know.
So, how do you like the club?
A night?
Well, most people, well, you should
If
know
you
where
wish
you are
to
with a
learn
no.
about the club,
You know, when someone
you
says
should
no,
keep
that
your
should
mouth
be the end of the
shut and
situation. No matter what it is. He's just not talking now. Let's see how he reacts to the Black Wolf.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
No.
Not sure I trust him. I'm also not sure I should be asking him these questions.
You mentioned that y'all don't go on hunting trips abroad?
We do not.
But those trophies in the basement,
Yeah, those
y'all
animals
really
are...
have white tigers in Germany
Yeah.
or lions?
The majority of what the club hunts are far more common species, Herr Knight.
Like what?
Trophies in the basement are exceptions, and they were obtained quite legally.
Oh, were they? Oh, okay.
You misunderstand
Fair
me,
enough.
Baron von
I
Zell.
think not. In any case, the basement is not public territory.
Well, I'm not a member of the
and its
public.
contents
I
are
was made a member.
therefore none of your concern.
Right, okay.
Of course, I do
Why would you keep them
apologize.
hidden if they
As a
were
guest of this club,
obtained legally?
the why you are a guest of this club is a mystery to me. But as a guest, perhaps you should limit your prowling and sniffing to areas which you are offered openly by those who belong here.
Okay, yeah, sure. I get it.
You're
I understand.
so right.
Words fail him now. Yeah, I think he kind of liked asking him those kind of questions and annoying him. He is a very... I'm not sure, you know, the thing is, I'm trying to look at who could be the most, who the most aggressive characters in this are, and there's quite a lot of them to choose from. The police officer, Grace, That guy. Oh, I did it again. You think they'd have something better to do with their time, those people, wouldn't you? It's like he just totally, just snaps. He realised that we weren't taking him seriously, I think. So I wonder if we talk to, what's his name again? Glover. Glover? Glover? Who was it? Perlach. Perlach? Oh, where is he now? He's not sitting on his
Gabriel.
sofa. Oh, he is.
Come in.
He's sitting there.
Please, sit down.
Ask him a few more questions about his little club.
But we haven't finished our conversation.
I feel like this club is the biggest issue right now.
What have you been up to?
Not a lot. I'm just visiting. Apparently I've been up to nothing. Okay. Was I supposed to take a note of the stuff that was in there? Because it doesn't appear to be. I thought that I'd be able to talk to him about. Do you want a clock, mate?
I don't think the Baron would be interested in my stuff.
I feel like I'm missing something. And I don't know what it is. I've said that already, but I do feel like I'm missing something.
My notebook.
Yeah, my notebook.
I don't...
I feel like there's something I'm missing, and I don't know what it is.
I should keep going.
All right.
I don't know.
Visit me again. Soon.
Yeah. Visit him again soon. I feel like... I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something we're supposed to be doing here that isn't working. We've done the talk with the policeman. Oh, but did we look at everything we could in his office? I feel like maybe I missed something in his office, but...
The police station is closed.
Oh, okay, can't go there. What's that again? That was the zoo. That was the house. That's his house that we just left. Can't go to the police station. There's no reason to go back to the house. We sent the letter. I'm sure there's something that the lawyer's supposed to do. But that doesn't seem to be coming to fruition either.
Come in.
Hey, Harry. You mentioned the possibility of my using your secretary.
Yeah, I realised last time I didn't even click on him to talk to him.
Great.
Hey, how are you?
I wouldn't ask, but I need a newspaper
How you
search
doing?
done, and my German sucks.
No problem. What exactly are you looking for?
Missing persons. Actually, missing
Yeah.
persons cases that
Research some
occurred
people, please.
in or near forested areas.
How far
How are you
back
doing?
do you want to go?
10 years?
Okay, I can spare her later in the day. We should have it ready for you by tomorrow.
Okay.
Great. Thanks.
That might be helpful. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm doing all right. How are you? How are you doing? How are you getting on?
I'm off. See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
I'm pretty good. Right, so now he's going to do that, and then we'll learn all about that the following day. I wonder if that's enough to spark off any...
That's me.
Yeah, that's me, that's great. That's me. Yeah, it was all good. It was all, you know, all good enough, you know. Had a decent sort of dinner and family got the things they wanted, so that's all good. Now let's try talking to him again. Yeah, obviously not quite the same as any Christmas before.
Gabriel!
You know, but
Come in.
with not so many, obviously you can't see so many people or anything, but
Sorry to bother you again.
a few of us
we haven't
together
finished
for
our
dinner and things, it
conversation.
was good, you know. How about yourself?
Tell me, what have you been up to?
Pretty quiet, to be honest. Very quiet. Kind of had a stream last night, but other than that, it's been pretty quiet, to be honest.
Yes?
I get the feeling you're not your average...
I think probably everybody's had the same right now, yeah, you know.
No?
Kind of
Room in the basement, for instance?
slow Christmas and New Year this year.
I gather you've been exploring.
Just have to organise some sort of partying for after everything's gone.
It doesn't matter.
If that ever happens.
You are right. Yes. Die Königliche Bayerische Hofjagdloge.
No, yeah, that's it. I think it's the same for everyone, though, isn't it? At the moment, you know, just nothing.
We share certain
just can't.
Philosophical beliefs as well.
Can't do anything really. Same as you know when you get like stuff, you know when you get like money or whatever at Christmas, and you're like, oh yeah, I can go and do this, but you can't do any of that just now, can you?
Can I talk in and
You know.
enlighten me?
Are you really interested?
Like cash and things, you're like, well, I've got all this, but I can't really do anything with it right now.
You seem to be the sort of man who would appreciate our way of thinking.
Oh, what's he
The men of the
inviting me to
club
do?
and I, it is our desire to reconnect with our true physical nature.
Go on.
Think of it this way. What makes man different from any other species on this planet?
The ability to use tools?
Civilization. Of course.
Okay.
Oh, it's not a bad thing
Yeah.
in society.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I need
But it
to
must come at a terrible price.
upgrade my
Through
computer at some
civilization,
point.
man
That's the
has
main thing at the
lost his
moment.
Physical self, his sensory power, his instinct, if you will. He became fat.
Other than
and
that,
lazy.
I'm okay with
dull, rusted blade.
what I'm kind of working with at the moment.
And those are the good days.
Picture a beast in the woods. It is alert.
An alert
It
beast in
smells.
the woods.
It sees.
Yeah, but that's going to be a while away yet before I can upgrade
It can
that,
tell where
because
some other animal has passed.
quite a bit more money than I've got right now.
Where food is to be found. It can sense danger. You put civilized man in the woods, and he's comparably deaf, dumb, and blind.
Yeah,
I hear you, but...
have a good night. Thank you very much for
being
dropping by.
somewhat related to physical makeup, our senses of smell and hearing aren't as sharp as those of wolves. for
See you
example.
next time, whenever
That's
that might
just
be.
it.
Thanks a lot.
Surely man once had those abilities.
Well, men once had the
As
abilities to
generations of city
turn into
dwellers
wolves.
failed to use their most acute senses. Genetically, they started to fall away. The way limbs wither
We're
when
still
they exercise.
still got a long way to go in this game. Just by looking at my score, you know.
Hold this degeneration. And not only hold it, but recover that which...
If I remember rightly, with a lot of these Sierra games,
It's an interesting concept.
there is additional score that
Do you have
isn't
any
entirely
proof that such
necessary,
powers
isn't
are
there?
recoverable?
Proof?
So he's slightly
I
mad
felt
himself.
things myself. Keener hearing, sharper smells, but documentable proof?
None so
That is
far.
harder.
Okay. Good night. Thank you very much for joining me, and
Recover these
hope I'll see you again.
primal abilities.
I'll certainly be back on this game in the next couple of days. I'll probably be finishing myself shortly, to be honest.
That is what we still struggle to find out.
Once this chapter's over. I'm assuming this
Very
chapter will be over
convincing,
soon. If he's waiting for
There's no doubt that the
reports the
potential
next
is
day. So,
fascinating.
but thank you very much, and I'll see you again. Good night.
how does one go about trying to get back in touch with one's physical self?
How?
Does it have something to do with hunting?
You are right.
Bye-bye.
That's part of it. Yes. Man is, or was, a predator.
At one point, well,
unfortunately,
hunter-gatherer,
he
right?
was too smart for his own good. He figured out how to raise his prey in pens.
So that he didn't need to,
Hunting
yeah.
helps us
Domestication.
get back in touch with our predator soul.
Do you? Get back in touch with your predator soul?
Domestication obviously changed all that for people, yeah.
Some of us have been more successful at tapping into that than others.
They've definitely got some link to this, haven't they? To this whole werewolf situation, I think. Not entirely sure exactly what it is, but we've still got more to talk about.
So how has this philosophy affected the men in the club?
The men at the club are all excellent specimens who have used the philosophy to
Excellent
increase their sense of
specimens.
power.
So your woods becomes corporate headquarters, your prey the competition.
Some of the technique can be applied, yes.
I feel like he's...
One can pick up all sort of feedback that is normally lost in the haze.
Speaking hypothetically, do you think it would be possible?
These
to take
guys are
this
definitely involved
philosophy
somehow
too
in
far?
these
Funny that
deaths.
should occur to you so quickly. It hadn't occurred to me for the longest time. I hope not.
He hopes not. Is that it? That's the whole conversation over, right? I think we can go then.
Well, I hate to say it, but I should go.
It's been a rare pleasure.
Yeah. I've been kind of isolated over here myself.
Isolated. So I
I'll
guess
see you at the club tonight, won't I?
Oh, there you go. See you at the club tonight. So we have to go to the club tonight.
I'd like to come over for a drink after that. To give us a chance to talk some more about the others.
Yeah, we can talk about the others behind their backs. That'll work. Don't understand. So we gotta go back to the hunting club then, I guess. And that'll be where we end the kind of thing, I guess. So back to Mariaplatz. To the hunting club. Have to watch him walk really badly again. If we can. Will he get to the end? Of course he will, because otherwise what would be the point? I've just realised I haven't actually saved at any point in quite some time. So I'll be doing that in a minute. On the wee screaming face, look. And just save that, thanks. Just in case there's anything, I don't think there's anything that like can kill us or anything, but at least not yet. But you never know with these games. So yeah, we had to go to the club.
I think I've pumped that particular well.
I think you probably have, yeah. Let's forget about talking to him then. Oh, there's somebody here. We've got a completely different viewpoint.
Good night.
Who's that guy?
And you, Herr Price?
Is he the only person here? What's all this about? Wiping his brow.
Oh, I was visiting a friend nearby, and I thought that I should take a shower before the others arrived. I was a bit...
He's showering.
Automatic.
What? I'm not sure how to feel about this guy. Just behind the bar making his own drinks though. Okay, so that's one person here.
Well. How thoughtful.
Thanks for giving me a drink, pal. You're so helpful. So he's here, we can talk to him. What's he really gonna... He's not as friendly as he was when we first met him.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Baron von Glau mentioned that you're a lawyer.
Yes. And fortunately for me these days, I have enough money to where I only have to take those cases which interest me.
Of course.
I enjoy my leisure time.
As he smooths back the hair that he hasn't got.
Leisure time.
Yeah, that I haven't got mine.
I entertain.
And what does he mean by entertain exactly? What kind of entertainment?
Probably a dumb question, but what sort of entertaining do you do?
You sure you want to know?
Do you like women, Herr Knight?
Yes.
I've been known to.
I adore them. You might call it an obsession.
A little worried about this guy. About who he is.
And what do you do?
He's some kind of pickup artist.
Hooked him.
Oh, you know.
I don't know what he is.
You're quite so pleasurous yourself. Or have I misled you?
Probably just getting a whiff of the past, Herr Price.
That's not his kind of thing now.
What do you think of the club philosophy?
Does he like it?
Does it?
We're all animals.
Deep down. Yeah, deep down we are.
So you don't believe in suppressing anything?
Why would I want to suppress my urges? If your body wants something, it must be natural.
Well, what if you get the natural urge to rip someone's throat out?
Then, yeah, no, don't do it.
Unfortunately, my instincts run to pleasure. Of the equally sticky but less fatal kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what about those whose instincts are fatal? Shouldn't they suppress?
Yeah, you should worry about them.
I believe that nature handles that scenario when it occurs, Herr Knight.
And how does it do that exactly?
In the wild, when a member of society does not conform, he is hunted down and executed. End of mutant instinct.
We're almost
and it's genetic.
Hopefully finished chatting to these guys. I don't know.
Tell me about the other club members.
Yeah, what about the other guys?
Oh, they're all right. Don't worry about Von Zell. He's a bastard to everyone these days.
Oh, right, so he is nasty to everybody.
I don't know what his problem is.
He's not a very nice person, that's his problem.
Competitive on the hunts, ambitious. But still, aren't we all?
A little bit, maybe.
He was decently enough at one time. In fact, he was one glorious.
Music swells at the weirdest moments.
He was an asset as a friend.
I find. Things change. Why, we're still talking about the club members.
What about the other club members?
Like who?
I don't know. Anyone.
Kevin, for example. I've heard he's in line for a position extremely high up in the government.
The man, he is a drunk.
He's a drunk.
His days as a political superstar are over. My friends at the courthouse tell me that he has been marked for early retirement.
So he's not going to be getting a high-powered job then.
That's a politician to worry about, huh?
I suppose. Okay, tell us a bit more about Von Zell then.
When did Von Zell begin to change?
Oh, he's been getting worse for a long time.
His mood swings.
I remember a hunting trip about a year ago.
The way he's acting's changing.
I remember that we were all together.
He's becoming a werewolf.
Having a good time. He must have started getting difficult after that. Interesting.
Seems like you've pretty much written Von Zell off yourself.
Possibly.
The reason?
Look, it's one thing.
Just fell on the ground.
When he insults the rest of us. But when he insults the Baron,
Ooh, they didn't record that very well.
When Glover told Von Zell he had acted stupidly about something or the other.
Their microphones were not good when they recorded that bit.
What'd he say?
He told the Baron that he was weak. Bastard. I don't know why the Baron didn't get away with it. I mean, I would have said something at the time, but, well, it was a private conversation.
Uh-huh. When was this?
Yeah, see, Gabriel speaks, it's fine.
5...
When he speaks at
6 weeks ago.
The top of his sort of register there, at the higher sort of volume, he distorts the sound.
How was Von Zell an asset as a friend?
He is a banker.
Got it.
Are you saying he loaned you money?
He's always willing to help out his good friends.
He's always willing to help.
In this club need money. I thought y'all were models of success.
Not all of them.
Yes, well, fortunately, I took less advantage of Von Zell's hospitality than some.
I see. Let's see if he knows about the Black Wolf. See how he reacts.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Yes.
Oh.
Really?
He's willing to tell me.
Oh, I don't know. Just sounds familiar.
There we go. He doesn't. Yeah. He's not hiding it because he can't.
Of course.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
The reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, everyone else is here now.
Now you'll have someone new to probe.
Probe? Just chatting. We're just chatting.
My brilliant man. Good cheer to you both. Where's the beer?
Oh, where's the beer? Presumably it's at the bar.
Guten Abend.
Yes, hello, Doctor. Herr Dr. Klingman. Oh, there's him. Still aggressive. Still aggressive.
Meine kleine Familie. How are you all this evening?
Good, we're all here. We're all alive.
Gabriel.
Awake.
I'm glad you could join us.
Are ya?
I need to speak with the Baron.
Yeah.
Enjoy your evening, Herr Knight.
He has to speak to him. I'll try to enjoy my evening, assuming that I'm not about to get murdered by a bunch of people.
Baron. Can I speak to you for a minute?
What is it, Bryce?
Okay. Now he's not going to speak to us, he's going to walk away. Or is he? Ah, wait. Let's have a chat to these guys. Can't speak to them, they're in the middle of a private conversation. See what they're talking about.
Ja, so viel ich weiß. Ja, so, good evening, Herr Knight.
Hello.
Gentlemen, Von Agner?
You care to join us?
Sure.
Yeah, what are we here for?
I've spoken to several of the club members today, but I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to speak with you yet, Herr Von Agner.
How tragic. No one in this club talks better than I do.
Yeah, I imagine.
Oh, true, very true.
Or more often, perhaps.
Perhaps tomorrow?
I'd be delighted.
Okay, so we're going to have a proper conversation with him tomorrow. Same with Henneman.
I haven't had a chance to get to know you yet, Herr Hanneman.
Well, I'm already beyond serious conversation tonight, I'm afraid.
Yeah, he's been drinking too much
Tomorrow's
already.
fine.
Tomorrow's fine. During the day, probably, because at night you're not going to get much opportunity.
Have you guys heard about the mutilation killing last night? Happened right around the corner.
Awful, simply awful.
Yeah.
I'd meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from me.
He meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from him.
The victim was a man named Grossberg. He ran a furrier business in town.
Horrible.
Oh,
this
he knows him.
Wolf business is
He knows him.
The mayor has
He
been
looks a little
sworn
uncomfortable
quite
about that, doesn't he?
seriously. Even the prime minister is
Very
concerned.
uncomfortable about
Do you
that.
know Grossberg, Herr Von Eck?
Me? Grossberg? Why, no. Why
Yes,
do you
you
ask?
did.
I just thought...
No reason, just someone told me
both
that
in
you
the
did.
animal processing business.
Munich is a big city.
Okay, fair enough.
So it is.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
Wow.
Not leveling any accusations, at least not yet. What were you talking about a minute ago?
What were you all talking about when I came up?
Tomorrow's little excursion. Will you be joining us?
There's an
Our
excursion?
monthly hunting trip.
A hunt trip? Really? Where?
Our lodge is at Eppenberg. It's in the Bavarian National Forest. We
Okay.
leave tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that sounds
You know,
interesting.
that sounds great, but I need to have my gun cleaned and...
Oh, there are plenty of guns at the lodge.
Von Eigner, perhaps the
Okay.
Baron did not mean for Herr Knight to join us quite so soon.
Oh, hell, why not?
Probably not.
Baron?
Von Eigner?
Our hunting trip tomorrow. Will our new American friend be going with us?
Tonight? Well, I don't see
Uh-oh,
why he
uh-oh.
would not.
He says no.
He's not a club member. He's probably not even registered with the license office.
Nonsense, Gar. The sooner we get to see his technique, the better.
Uh-oh.
We'll just slip him in, and he can register properly when
We'll
we
do
get
what?
back.
We'll do what with him?
Since when do you care about legalities? It's only a hunting license?
I
Yeah.
agree. I would enjoy Gabriel's presence very much.
Well, enough said. The Baron should certainly get whatever he wants.
Well, he will.
Indeed.
Apparently. Apparently he will.
Perhaps it will be an interesting exercise at that.
Maybe. Maybe that's what it'll be. Probably not, but maybe that's what it'll be. Yeah, still very unhappy, this guy. Now he's going to talk to the doctor.
Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come.
Let's have a chat to them. Oh no, he's not with the... Is that the doctor? Yeah, it is. And he's no doubt questioning because... So why is he talking to the wolf guy?
How's it going?
Fine. Would you excuse us, please? We are discussing
yeah.
something private.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, sure.
Oh.
Just need...
Sure.
I do want to get to that table, though. I know, I need to talk to them again. They're going to be unhappy, I don't care. They're not going to talk.
Yes, Herr Knight?
But maybe we can record them. There's magazines on that table that I looked at before.
Magazine.
Maybe we could put
Then grab one.
put the magazine inside the... Sorry, the tape recorder inside the magazine.
Thanks.
Possibly. I'm just thinking. So if I go here... And I take... No. Where is it? The tape recorder. How do I combine items? I think I can combine items.
That's a thought.
Yeah, put it inside the magazine. And then put it back on the table.
Just wanted to put this magazine back.
Yeah, don't mind me. Just putting it back where it came from.
It wasn't very good.
It wasn't a very good magazine. Didn't have enough pictures in it. Right, so now that should pick up whatever they were talking about. I think. I hope that will anyway. Pick up everything they're talking about.
Gentlemen, excuse me, please.
For the remainder of the evening. He's gone because he realises who died. We should pick this up as well, whatever this is that they're saying. Then we'll pick up their conversation too.
I apologize for not getting to you sooner. Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh,
So
it's been loads of fun.
we should pick up the private recordings,
tomorrow.
and at that point we'll be able to find out what they know.
Won't have to worry about staying up late tonight.
Because it's interesting that he went to Von Zell as soon as he found out who the guy was that died.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Oh, he's back again.
I demand to know what you're doing at this club.
Me?
Baron von Zell.
Really?
Are you aware that this guest of yours has been asking intimate questions? Poking around
What
in our
about
personal affairs? He must be a reporter. Or the police.
I'm neither.
What do we have to fear from a reporter or the police?
Yeah.
Although I can promise you her knight is neither.
You don't care that he's prying into our private business?
I think he probably knows what we
possible
are.
motive could he have?
I think he maybe has an idea about the Schattenjäger thing.
You're the one who's turning that into an inquisition.
Then it is on your head.
Yeah, whatever. Bugger off. Get lost. I'm surprised he didn't come over with a tape recorder going, look, he recorded us.
I apologize for that.
No, don't worry.
You keep defending me. I'm not exactly helping the harmony around here.
Believe me, the harmony was shattered a long time ago.
Yeah, there was no harmony before you got here, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Territorial. I'm tired of it, frankly.
Well, I should go anyway. I wanted to clean up before tonight.
All right.
Clean up before...
Good night, everyone.
Oh, good night.
Yeah, we've had a good, good conversation. Good. Sorry, I'm just checking something quickly. Oh, we've gone home. We've gone back to the house. The audio's going a bit weird there. We've been watched by a predator! Sorry, I just put on my, something in the background. That's fine. What are we being watched by? Is it the werewolf? Is it here? But this wards off evil. There's it. There it is, look. It is there. Or it's a wolf. Of some kind, anyway. That Von Zell guy, he followed us. In wolf form. It's not coming after me, though. Chapter 4. So we're going to stop once whatever scene this is plays out. Is Grace in the castle? For chapter 4. Just having a bad dream. Oh. The wolves. And she's running away in the middle of the night. She's being chased. A company of wolves. She's having a nightmare that she's being chased by wolves in the snow. And then what are they going to do? She's not going to die in her dream, is she? It's the real world, they're not coming back. Lost and not come back. I'm going to try adding that to my maybe add something to my how it'll work, to be honest. See if I can add that to some sort of blocked phrase. Okay, so there we are. That's where we're going to end for tonight. A little bit more of Gabriel Knight, The Beast Within, the sequel to Gabriel Knight, of course. There's a lot of these FMV games that I'm interested in looking at over time as well, as I've said before. But for now, I'm going to finish the game for tonight. So we should probably get a couple more streams out of that, I'm sure. Tomorrow night, when we're on, we'll be doing... we'll be back on Yakuza. I'm just going to close the game. We'll be back on Yakuza, and then the day after that, we'll be back to that. In the meantime, I'll pop on this little bit of music in the background, and I'll say goodnight. So yeah, thank you very much for dropping by, King Kong and Penguin no Samu, and thank you for the follows. And I hope I'll see you guys again sometime. For now though, that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching again, and good night. Good night.